Glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakbadash. We'd like to give double honors to our elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect, and the one-third. All right, we are the true so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those scattered abroad according to the diaspora, which was prophesied to befall us for our rebellion through the curses. Okay, if your spirit bears witness with this truth, all right, this 100% truth, can you get Matthew 24:14? This 100% truth, okay, that the Holy Spirit has given us, man, you know? So we come out in the spirit, in season and out of season, to prophesize the downfall of this wicked queendom, okay? While in the spirit pushing the ministry, watering and planting, that Yahweh Shema Shai may give the increase, all right, on his precious elect. Let's read that.
St. Matthew 24 and verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world.
Yeah, we got to emphasize real quick. Oh, you got your phone? Let's look up in the blue letter that word gospel. It said this gospel. So there's a reason why we have this sign. There's a reason why we're wearing these garments. There's a reason why we're calling on that name.
Right.
Because this gospel, you see, the gospel that's been hidden from generations, okay? But now it was made manifest unto his saints, all right? And that's one thing you always got to meditate upon, is how you've been picked, okay? You didn't find Yahweh Shema Shai, he found you.
That's right.
What we got, brother?
The meaning of the word gospel says a reward for good tidings.
So a reward is being preached. The honey, you know?
Yep.
But being in reality, that keeps us humble, because we're not in the kingdom yet. So we can't walk around here as if we're already in the kingdom. You got to stop at stop signs. You got to obey the powers that be. You got to get up and go to work. Okay? Read that again.
In Matthew 24 and verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world.
Yep. Now go back into the word gospel.
Yep. Now the gospel in the Blue Letter Bible means a reward for good tidings. It says the glad tidings of the kingdom of the Most High.
The kingdom. So what are we to do? We're to hear preaching and prophesying about the kingdom to come. Okay? Let thy will be done as it is in heaven. Let it be done on earth. Well, look at earth. We need the kingdom. The earth needs the kingdom. Okay? Animals, trees, life, existence needs the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai so that it could flourish. All right? The scriptures speak about how he formed matter, you know, out of nothing. You see? So look at the creation and look at what's suffering. Look what's going on with the creation of man, people. Okay? Do you know that Esau sells you death? All right? You know 8 million people die a year just off tobacco products alone? All right? All he does is sell you death. Then he creates machines so you can travel around on this earth that's producing more pollution. Then he feeds you food that the acronym is pronounced as SAD. The standard American diet is SAD. This is what creation, okay, is subjugated to right now. So we need the kingdom of heaven. The gospel needs to be preached. Catholics, Christians, they ain't preaching that. They ain't giving you the good news. Right. Christianity is good news for our oppressor. You know? He wants little Caucasoid babies with togas flying around while you're over here making life decisions on a pack of beef. Keep going, please.
And it says, soon to be set up.
Yeah, look, you got people wearing muzzles right now. How is this peace on earth? You know? You got many epidemics going on. Homeless, veterans, drugs, all right? Poverty, abortions, all right? Jacked up households. And all you people look at that as a norm because you getting by, because you got some new piece of shit leather shoes on, you know? All he's turned you humans and creatures in is to inconsiderate, uncontrollable vessels, you see? And the uncontrollable nature is only increasing. Keep reading, please.
And it says, and subsequently also of Yahushua the Messiah.
And we're out here calling unto our fellows. We're out here in the spirit lamenting, and you have not mourned with us. You have not danced, but the Lord's song is still being sung.
Right.
Read that again.
And it says, and subsequently also of Yahushua the Messiah, the founder of this kingdom.
Woo! The cornerstone,
Right.
the stumbling block, the only begotten in faith, through faith in his name, has this man been made whole. You see, we can't get to the Father without the Son.
That's right.
All right? Us as a nation. You see? Because to get to the Father before, you needed a high priest with an acceptable sacrifice, and your sins were only atoned once a year. All right? So you mean to tell me that we don't need this gospel? We are the nation first and foremost that need this gospel, and the only nation that needs this gospel, because subsequently, after that takes place, the rest of the earth will fall into perfect order, and other nations. Okay? Is that it on that one?
It's a lot more.
Yeah, get all of it, bro.
And it says, after the death of Yahushua,
You got shortages and famines out here, but the Lord is still cooking.
right.
The Lord is still serving food. Because he said that you should know man shall not live off bread alone. So, while you're hungry for the carnal, you should be hungry for the spiritual. This is all the gospel. This is the good news. You mean to tell me in a day of destruction, you think a can of Campbell's soup will make you feel better than this? You know? Amen. The Lord is answering our prayers. Yahweh Shemel Shai is hearing our cries, man. You know?
And it says, after the death of Yahushua, the term comprises also the preaching of concerning Yahushua Mashiach as having suffered death on the cross to procure eternal salvation.
Woo!
Check this out. For the men in the kingdom of the Most High.
For the men?
Yep.
Wow.
For the men in the kingdom.
The Most High's pastors of men.
Yep.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We could quote it. The Most High pastors of men. But then through these men comes the preaching of the ministry, which brings in what? Other men, and then sisters, okay, and children. All right? Because we understand that there are righteous women as well. But you, as the righteous women, understand that it's the men first. Okay? Because without the men can't be the woman. Without the Israelite man can't be the Israelite woman. You know? Let's keep going. And only a righteous sister is in the right spirit. Because if you're not, and you find that repulsive to you, you still are drunk with the juice of Babylon. Say Esau still got you. If you got a feminist spirit and you got a spirit on you where you're constantly at war with your fellow man, you're a demon, man. Okay? But keep going.
And it goes on to say, but as restored to life and exalted to the right hand of the Most High Yahweh in heaven, fit to return in majesty to consummate the kingdom of the Most High.
Wow. Consecrate. What does it say?
Consummate. Oh, and that word consummate, it means complete.
Yep.
To
Wow.
make. Wow, that's fire.
Which reminds me of
Consummate.
consummate,
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah.
That's how you consummate a marriage. A marriage can't be it can't be official without the consummation.
Oh, this is right here.
Oh,
it
see?
says make complete by having sexual intercourse.
Yep.
Or marriage or relationship.
So we have the spiritual marriage, which is the bride. Now I'll read that. Let's go to Rev 19.
Yep.
Let's talk about the bride. Because see, that's another thing. If we're talking about women, we should be talking about the comely and beautiful, delicate woman, which is Israel. You see? Let that sink in for you. You know? Yep, finish that, and then we'll jump to Rev 19. The bride adorned.
Verse 21.
Yeah. Yep. So it's 14. Baba Kashab.
Matthew 24 and verse 14.
Yep.
And this gospel of the kingdom.
So now we kind of blossomed what the gospel is talking about. The gospel to Israel. The gospel of the salvation. The gospel that you're no longer cursed because we're not hanging from a tree no more. You know? Keep going.
And it says, shall be preached in all the world.
And why? Because Israel scattered throughout all the world. Okay? And I'm going to say this for the record. While you have blatant Christians that will tell you that we can't be the Israelites, but they know there's a curse that we're scattered everywhere. But on the other hand, we'll say that, yeah, even though those that are occupying our land, there are still some of our people in that land mixed with them. So listen to the difference, man. Listen to the maturity, all right, when it comes to the gospel.
Right.
You see, that proves that that's Isaiah 11, that we're walking in that same spirit where it says Yahushua, he won't preach after his own. Can you get Isaiah 11? He won't preach after his own heart. So you Christians, you like to preach after your own heart. But we're giving you, like Elder Pastor said, straight no chaser, raw like sushi. All right? Hey, so that's the Lord's elect. Who are we to say that they ain't in that land? We know we're everywhere because we're all the way over here. You know? You had a damn cab seat car just drive by. In the back windshield, it had the American flag and half it had the Benjamin flag. Why would Benjamin's flag be in America? Because we've been scattered in all the lands. And we have no problem saying that. We have no problem telling you that someone that may look like an Edomite is a Jake. You're the problem. That's our people. Don't you know our people turned away Joseph? Don't you know our people turned away the Gentiles? Don't you know we all were Gentiles? Damn it, man.
Say Isaiah 11 and verse 3, and shall make him a quick understanding.
Yep, Yahushua, what's now what? Yahushua being our head, so now that trickles down to us with the spirit of Yahushua being in us. Okay?
It says, in the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes.
He will not judge at the sight of his eyes. Ooh, come here, girl. Oh, I know you did this. Come here. No, when was it Mary? Was it Mary Magdalene that they brought to him? I think it was. Remember when she committed adultery?
Yeah, Mary.
Yeah. But now, did Yahushua judge her after his own eyes? You know, no. But a carnal man would. You know, you got women out here that have been victims of rape, and then when they call the authorities or for help, don't you know that man took her and raped her again? So he's judging the matter after his own eyes. And not using the spirit, not using the mind, okay? The mind of maturity. So we're not out here judging after because you look good or this looks nice. You see? We're doing it according to the spirit, not according to our own heart, because the heart is desperately wicked. You know? Read that again.
And it goes on to say, shall make him a quick understanding in the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, and neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. Is that what you wanted, bro? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yep. And then I read again, like it says, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. Right? But we're not moved off the, basically our understanding of our own will. Okay. Everything is orchestrated and done by Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. And then that proves that that Esau, is a false. What's the word? False unrighteous ruler, because he don't judge after the ways of the Most High, but his own. You know.
Yeah, that's why that's why Edomites get off in his court system. You know. But did you finish that off? I just wanted the part about the judging. Just read that again for me, then we'll jump back, because I want to go in the Rev too.
Isaiah 11 verse 3. He shall not judge after the sight of his eyes.
Yep, favoritism, because you're my friend. See, you can't have respect of persons in this either. Keep going.
It says, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears.
Like Yahushua, was he having respect of persons? No. You see? So in this truth, in this walk, you can't show favoritism because, this is my friend. No, if you're off, you're off. If you're right, you're right. You even see the elder pastor, he'll big up other men, other teachers that in the past have been off, but then they come out with a video that's right. He gives them, hey, good job. That's what this thing is about. You see? That's what this gospel's about. All right, let's go into that now.
Rev 21 in verse 1, and it says...
No, I want the bride, Baba Kashab. I want the bride, the adorned in the white apparel. I think it's 19.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Yep. Rev 19 and verse 7. It says, "Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife
The
has
marriage
made-
of the Lamb is come. That's why I said consummate. The gospel goes into consummate. Okay, so the gospel is what? Oh, we got to get the kingdom of heaven was as a wedding, adored. You know, Matthew's 24:25. And then he said, "Sir, how'd you get in here?" So you gotta be dressed accordingly, man. You know. Well, keep going.
Yep.
The Marar, get it?
Back in verse 19 and verse, I'm sorry from the top again. Verse 7 it says, verse 7 says, "Let us be glad, rejoice, and give honor to him."
Hey, our people need the gospel, man. You know? But we understand now that only the gospel that's being preached, only the initiated few, okay, are going to take heed of the gospel as it's being preached. You know? But all our people are in pain, you know? All our people are sick, you know? They ain't happy. Keep going.
And
You stay on this side, bro.
And
This one got more space for
And
you.
it says, "For the marriage of the Lamb is come."
The marriage of the Lamb is come. All right? He said, repent, the kingdom is nigh. The marriage of the Lamb is come. This is why you're seeing prophecies. This is why you see seasons of talks of great prophecies. Sweden now. Get the Red 13 so that they can show proof of the image. You know? He's altering your DNA. No flesh will be saved. It's all happening, you know? Keep going.
Verse 7, and it says, "For the marriage of the Lamb is come,
Yep.
and his wife has made herself ready."
Yep, the wife, get Jeremiah 6:2, Baba Kishore. And you got the parable about the kingdom, my man. Real quick, the wife. Now who's the wife? Okay? Israel, but the Israel of God. All right? So we get that Jeremiah 6:2. Because the wife is ready. Hey, I know like myself, ain't you brothers ready? I'm ready to go home, man. I'm ready to hear, now you may kiss the bride.
Right.
This is Jeremiah 6 and verse 2. "I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman."
Yep. So Zion is a beautiful, comely, and delicate woman. And don't it say that the man that was delicate among you? See? So the bride represents the elect. The bride represents the hopeful elect. All right? And the gospel represents the ushering in to the marriage. Get ready. We got to get that in Matthew's. You know, it tells you to bid them to the marriage. Let's get that real quick. You know, you get it right, Mark? Mark, you hold that, brother.
This is Matthew 22. Let's start from 1. "And Yahushua answered and spake to them again by parables, and said, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son."
Yep, so the Lord set it up for Yahushua to be married to Israel. Okay? And because what is a marriage symbolic of? Eternity, life. When you get with a woman, it's set up for you to be with her forever. That's why you're supposed to get her as a virgin, because through blood is consecrates a contract. All right, without the shedding of blood, there is no covenant. So when that woman, that virgin, when that takes place, and then you get the token of her virginity, that's the covenant that the parents hold to solidify your marriage. And your marriage ain't solidified without consummation. That's what? The gospel. All right, keep going.
It says, "The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king."
Because let me say this, and I said it again, but I'm gonna say it again. If you get married to a woman, meaning you have the ceremony, you walk down the aisle, blase, but on that honeymoon, new moon, on that honeymoon, if you don't have the act of pouring of sex, then your marriage is null and void because you didn't consummate it. You see? So without the shedding of blood.
It says, "Which made a marriage for his son. And he sent forth and called his servants and called them that were bidden to the wedding,
Yep.
and they would not come."
Right, that's who? Israel. This is why Apostle Paul said, he was like, I spent 3 Sabbaths with you, now I'm going to the Gentiles. Because when you look at it, look at Jake now. Look at all these other camps. All right? Look at all the camps that know they're Israelites and look at how they act. So what's the point trying to get IUIC to stop calling on Christ? What's the point trying to teach ISBK to tell them don't get the bite? Don't teach you can have sex on the Sabbath.
He that is filthy, let him be filthy still.
So that tells us to do what? Go into the chief place of concourse. Hey brother, blah, 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 blah. Right? You see? So keep going.
You want to read the footnote real quick?
Yeah.
It says, those who rejected, persecuted, and murdered the slaves represent Old Testament Israel.
Whoa! And you got Old Testament Israelites to this very day. To this day, you got them, man.
And their rejection of the prophets.
Oh, the wicked scribes, the wicked Pharisees, and the wicked Sadducees.
Right.
You know? You got Israelite teachers right now. All right, let me see. No, it's good. I'll just take it out the rain for you. You got wicked teachers right now that are teaching you not to worship Yahweh Shai. They tell you that you're an idol worshiper calling on his name, you know? And the list go, oh, you got Jakes that are still worshiping their star god, all right? So we're seeing all this happen again. And you know why? Because it said, let his blood be upon us and our children. You see?
And it says, the destruction of the city represent Yahweh's judgment on those who refuse to honor his son, Yahweh Shai.
Yep, and they refuse to honor him. Okay?
This destruction, like the penalty divided in verse 13, portrays eternal punishment.
Well, that's going to be the lake of fire. Because you got a lot of them that are going to get the mark of the beast. You got them teaching to get the bite right now. So you got a lot of, 2/3 ultimately. What's up, man?
Oh, what's up? How you doing, man?
Ultimately, it's going to be the 2/3. They're going to befall, all right, the judgment that's prophesied. Because not all Israel is going to be delivered. Because not all Israel accepted Yahweh Shai. Not all Israel accepted the prophets. Not all Israel accepted the doctrine of the Gentiles coming in. You know?
It says, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, but they will not come.
Yep.
And he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage.
Yep. So this is us out here telling the rest of our people that are in a Gentile state of mind, come to the marriage. You got this brother right here that came before. So that's the spirit of what? Israel bidding themselves to the marriage with our Lord and Savior. Okay? Keep going.
It says, again, he sent forth other servants, saying, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage.
Yep.
But they made light of it.
Yep.
And went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise, and the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them.
Yep. Killing the prophets. Rev 3 and 15, lukewarm. Can you grab that after? Is there more, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is beautiful because this is literally what's happening right now. You got guys that are getting married and, fake fur. They're walking down in all white. We ain't in the time of that. We're not in the kingdom. You got portions of our people that found out they're Israelites living high off the land while the rest of us are still at the bottom, catching hell, going through shit, being in reality, okay? Because in reality, if they didn't tell you, hell is a cold world, okay? The bills, the holes in the bag, the persecution, the oppression, the fabrication of freedom. This is the mental shit we got to go through, the worrying, the this, the that. There's a lot of things that the sheep are still dealing with, and you got the shepherds over here partying and bullshit, while the sheep are saying, please, I need more,
It says, and the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them.
Yeah, oh, you niggas is rapists. You bums. You're wasting your time going out in the winter.
No doubt.
You see? But where are they now? What was that show on VH1? Where are they now? Yeah. See, that's what you don't understand. At the end of the day, time tells all things. Look at when Zion Williams came out. He was the next new thing. Now where is he? You see? Aquil Carr, the greatest high school basketball player in the nation. Where is he now? You know, where are they now? See, Jake gets caught up in the here and now, but they're not prudent to think of the then and now later. That's the problem. When you're trying to get rich quick schemes, it never works out for you. You know?
But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and sent forth his armies, and destroyed those murderers, and burned up their city.
Yep, and what was that? 70 AD. The Lord sent Esau on the wicked Jakes. Do you know Eleazar of the Sakari? Back then, Eleazar of the Sakari made all his men to kill the women and children. So Esau couldn't take them and then made a pact to kill themselves. That's dishonorable. The scriptures tell you not to destroy yourself with your hands for your mistakes. Okay? That's suicide demon. You're not to kill yourself. Saul killed himself. And then Saul's armor bearer killed himself too. You know?
It said, then said he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy.
Yup, the wedding is ready. But you think that you're going to be an RSVP to the wedding, calling on Christ, when Christ ain't in the name of the groom? You're nothing more than wedding crashers. You're there to get the women. You're lying as if you're a part, you know, of the bride and the groom's family. You're not even a part of the family no more.
Snuck up another way.
Yeah, you went up another way. You're a wedding crasher. And you saw what happened to them in the end of that movie, you know?
It says,
and that's where Esau got the movie from. Esau came up with the movie Wedding Crasher based off this right here, this parable. Esau uses the Bible to come up with ideas for the movies you watch today. All right? Predator 2, he got that from Jacob wrestling with an angel. Okay? Noah talking to animals. Aquaman. Elijah running past the chariots. Flash. All right? Moses. Superman. You see? So he uses these things to come up with ideas for movies. Being raised from the dead. Zombies. You see? Keep going.
It says, go therefore into the highways, and as many as you shall find, bid to the marriage.
That's what we're doing. So the gospel is us bidding you to the marriage. Okay? You're calling out, and then you hear this, and you're like, what's going on? What's this about? You see? So this is the marriage that we're bidding to Jacob. This is spirit. The brother's right here. This is Jacob. This is what it's talking about. Okay? Because if we're to bid the marriage to someone like Nate, he's too proud to think that we need even tell him anything. You know? And let's get Matthew 19, but still hold Rev 19, and what's that, 11? We have pipe. You know?
It says, so their servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good.
Yeah, because there's times where, you know, Satan could jump on a brother. So sometimes you have men that creep in unaware, that don't know, you know, why they're here. Let's slide over, brother. There you go. You got certain men that come into this thing, and then they get cast off. So our greatest fear is to stay in the right spirit, to make sure we're doing what's according, you know, because at the end of the day, this is church. This is the essence or the genesis of what real church is. Because church means to call out. How can you call out in a building? Someone could be in the 5th floor right now, screaming on the top of their lungs, but how could we hear them? Because they're calling out, confided in a closed room. We're standing out, in season, out of season, calling out to our fellows. Get it?
Yep. St. Matthew 11 and verse 16. But whereunto shall liken this generation?
Read it loud, brother.
It says,
call out. This is church. You're calling out.
It says, it is like unto children sitting in the market.
Are we not sitting in the market? You seeing all these chariots drive by? You can go over here and buy coffee. You can go down there and buy your average everyday household items. So people are in the market for average market needs. So we're standing where mainly people would be at. Okay, keep going.
And it says, and calling unto their fellows.
Right, our fellow Israelites. Our fellow bone to our bone. All right? Our Gentile brothers and sisters that have fallen away, but now the Spirit has woken them back up. Keep going.
Verse 17, and saying, we have piped unto
This
you.
is the epitome of the gospel that Christians claim to hold, that churches claim to preach. This is the epitome of it. You see? Keep going.
And saying, we have piped unto you.
Right, we're piping. Right? Keep going.
And ye have not danced.
Right, because what? This is a song. There's a tempo. There's a beat. There's a melody. It's harmonious. An harmonious arrangement of a government that's been solidified through the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai.
Right.
We would not be an empire of everlasting rulership without the sacrifice of our Lord and Savior. Keep going.
And it goes
what Christians don't understand, what these common folk of people, through the deception of Esau, Edom, has deceived you. You think, oh, it says all the world, everyone's saved. You don't know this book. You hear about the book, so now rumors have made you think you know the book. Rumors don't tell the full story, okay? You can't tell me about a movie if you ain't watching it. Oh, I only seen part 2. But then how the hell you know what's going on? Keep going.
It says, we have mourned unto you.
Right, we're mourning. Ezekiel 9:4, the men that sigh and cry of the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. It's hell out here, all right? You got fucking moles with more rights than us. You see? You got people out here that are getting rights. You know, they're getting plateaus and plaques and mercy. Mercy is given to everyone but us. Compassion is given to everybody but us. And the Israelite man, first and foremost. There's no love here for us. There's no mercy. There's no consideration. Did you eat today, brother? Nobody asked you that. Are you cold? Are your bills straight? You know? Do you have somewhere to lay your head at night? But then you go on fucking internet and bitches is frolicking all around. Everybody's laughing and smiling. But we over here with a stone cold face on. In hell. You know? And ain't nobody coming and comforting us but Yahweh Shem Shai in the spirit through the brotherhood. Ain't no rest out here. You see? Keep going.
And it says, we have mourned unto you.
Yeah, because we are in mourning. The closest you'll get to mourning is Esau saying, good morning, while you had a fucking struggle to get from one end of the city to another just to sell this nigga some Mountain Dew and cigarettes. And for him to throw his money and be rude at you. But you're scraping pennies to have this bullshit ass apartment. And we supposed to be happy. We're supposed to be happy and content with this. This is our hell. And we've accepted it. So now you need to accept your judgment. You need to accept the judgment that's going to befall you. Keep going.
And it says, and ye have not lamented.
Right. We're lamenting. But guess what? Our captivity's over. So now we're supposed to feel sorry for this oppressive kingdom to fall? The Lord is raising up a spirit in us so we can feel invincible as we're watching this place fall, crumble, and be desolate. Now judgment is befalling you. Now you women got to cover up. Now the white man's got to shut his mouth. Now you need programs to help you with your addiction. Fuck you, man. That's the judgment that's falling on you. We've done our time. We've accepted our punishment. Now it's time for you to accept yours. Keep going. And that's the good news. That's the good news, damn it. You know how it feels to pray to see a kingdom fall? To pray that the courthouses crumble. That he confounds your computer systems. That he stops your oppressive taxes and judgment that you put on us. Shut down the media. Shut down the government. Crash and collapse his society. Because it was never built for us. It was built to keep and contain us. And now we've been made free. Now Yahweh Shem Shai has made us free. And now y'all are feeling the squeeze. Now y'all are feeling the pressure. Now the serpent is coiling its prey. And we are no longer his prey. Keep going.
Verse 18, for John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he had the devil. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber.
Right, the point is, no matter what we do in this side, people are going to look at us as there's something wrong. You could say the whole gospel, but then you say the word shit, and that's it. See, that's the problem. We are put on a spotlight. We are put to this measure that we can't reach in this flesh. But anybody else can freak off and do what they want. The black woman could be the biggest whore on the planet. But if I say I can have more than one woman, I'm chauvinist. That's the problem in this place. You talk about no justice and no peace. Where's justice and peace has been given to the Israelite man? Where? You have to sell out. You have to shave your beard. You know, you have to shave your head. You have to bow down to women to get a form of peace and acceptance. We are not of this world, as Yahweh Shai said. We don't want to be of this world, because this world is temporal. But the world to come is only going to be for a few and everlasting. You see? What you got?
This is Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Right. And now, being in captivity, we can't have joy of our children. So now we have joy in seeing the fall of our enemies. Because now, those that have wanted days of Noah and spread their seed and multiply, now your baby is subjugated to his poison. It's subjugated to all these injections, okay? All this madness. He's altering your DNA. Let's get Matthew 24 and 22. What he's doing with these popes, he's changing you. He wants to create a new form of humans. We have to go home. He's changing men into women, women into men. He's changing children into monsters. And now he wants to do away with our generation, because the next generation to come is going to be under complete control. You see, he's injecting you, all right, with all these foreign objects, so it's altering your DNA, so that when you sleep with a woman, that it's according to your God-given right as a man, what creation comes from that is going to be a part of his design, and not the Lord's original makeup. Because a man and a woman could come together and create a child. But now what he's doing is he's became the middleman, and he's changing your blood, so when you put that in her, now what comes out has a part of his design. We need to be saved.
Damn.
We need to be saved, man. And you got our people out here thinking that we can wrap our way out of the kingdom. You're wrapped up in lies, man.
St. Matthew 24 and verse 22. And except those days shall be shortened.
We need these days to be shortened. We need it to be next year right now. You know? We need these days to be shortened, because every day is hell. Every day is hell in America. Keep going. And look, that's a throne knocked over. A black one at that. The black horse representing our captivity is over. We need to get that in Lamentations.
And it says, Matthew 24, verse 22, and except those days shall be shortened.
It said, except these days. So if the days aren't shortened, what would happen?
It says, there should no flesh be saved.
No flesh would be saved. Okay? No man, no woman, no child, dog, creature, creation, flower, existence. Look at the movie Matrix 1. When he showed Neo the reality. See, people aren't in reality. They're caught up in TV land. They're caught up on Instagram Live. They're caught up on likes and views and followers. Because reality is a hard pill to swallow. And we've been swallowed it. You see? Living what you call a stoic's life. A hard life. Right? Don't they say hard knock life for us? So we've accepted this captivity. These people haven't, because America has given them a fabricated life of success and happy and freedom. But you're not free, because you can still go to the club, but you better be bitten and masked up. You see? So all this is temporal. Your temporal lusts. Real quick, Hebrews 11 and 24. The sin for a season is up. Every season has an end. What they call it, a season-ending injury.
Yep.
Let's get that real quick.
Hebrews 11, excuse me, my bad.
24, 22.
Hebrews 11 and verse 24, 22 it says, is that 22?
Yep, 23, please.
23. By faith Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child.
Why? Job 14, a man born of a woman, his days are full of trouble. So we're the only people that are literally fighting in the womb and fighting to get out and fighting while living, man. We're the only people that it's a non-stop battle. Okay? And you know what? That strengthened us here. That's actually put us on a different plateau. Because Esau can't handle what we go through. I was looking up the word where it says one shall be stronger. When you go into that, it means mentally, spiritually, not just physically. You see? They can't handle what we go through on a day-to-day. This Edomite said the other day, he said, I want to move out, but I don't know how. You don't know how to move out of your parents' house?
Yeah.
I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to pay bills. So they're done. But we know how to survive. Do you know the word survive means to live after one's death? So we are the survivors.
And it goes on to say, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith, Moses.
We're not afraid of the king's commandment either. You know, his Muslim mandates. Joe Biden Times said everybody that ain't been bitten is going to die terribly this winter. Well, we telling you to bring it. Because, oh, death, where is thou sting? See, we're not afraid of death because we're already dead to this world. We're already dead to this world. We don't want to be a part of your system. We don't want to be a part of your so-called New World Order. We were never set up to be. When you established your rulership according to Daniel 7, you made us what? 3/5 of a human being. So we've never, on paper, been set up to be as a man in your society. You see?
And it says, by faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter.
Yeah, we refuse to be called a part of his, inoculation. We refuse to be a part of his program or his project. Haven't you done enough through Project Tuskegee? Haven't you done enough with your smallpox and your bombings and your Seneca villages and your Rosewoods? Haven't you done enough? No, because it says his hatred lasted forever. So see, he hasn't done enough. But now, with his doings, he's going to be able to lift up a standard, and we're going to fight back.
Right.
Because we're already fighting back in the spirit. We've taken back what he's used to control us. You see? So what's next? The next is the battle. The next is the new 70 AD. The next is Jacob's trouble. Keep going.
And it says, verse 25, choosing rather to suffer affliction.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction. See, our people would rather sell out than to suffer with the rest of us. LeBron would rather be a Boule Mason and get freaked off on to shoot a fucking ball in a metal ring. Okay? Cardi B would rather get implanted with plastic and twerk pregnant on stage than to suffer with her people. You see? Our people are the biggest sellouts. Now, no one's telling you that you gotta sit around, a warm stove and eat noodles all day, right? But the point is, you'd rather experience a taste of so-called freedom for 15 minutes than to deal with the captivity that was told to befall you. Keep going.
And it says, verse 25, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High.
See, are we not rather choosing affliction? You got a lot of our people saying, well, I don't know what to do, but I'm going to get it for my kids. I'm going to get it so I can take them to Disney so they can see little white boys and girls dance around and sing and keep whitewashing the minds of our colored people into accepting this image. That's terrible. White lights, white nights, white Christmas. That's what our people are doing. They don't have a black Santa, right? Black angels or black princesses. You may get one, right, every 20 years, you see? But this is the life that they're living, and they're going through his system to continue to be indoctrinated. Now, they're getting bit to be indoctrinated to keep this going on. You're still at the bottom, you're still catching a bus, you're still struggling, you see? Keep going.
And it goes on to say, then to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
See? So we'd rather choose affliction than enjoy pleasures of sin for a season. And it tells you in Ecclesiastes that all things have a season. So just like better is the end than the beginning. You see? So better is the end of America than the beginning of it. Because in the beginning of it, we were murdered, raped, robbed, killed, pillaged, stolen, right? That was the beginning of this conception. And look at the end. Still raped, murdered, robbed, beaten, and enslaved. What has changed? What's changed? Only the date, you know? Only the moon, you see? Only the days and years. But the oppression has actually increased because the worst hell or the worst punishment is the one on your mind. When you actually think you're free, like the movie Jacob's Ladder. Remember, he thought that was his wife? Yep. That was the worst judgment, where he thought something that wasn't true, you know? Keep going.
Verse 26, esteeming the reproach of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, greater riches than the treasures in Egypt.
Yep, see? So we look at this to be greater than the riches of America, you know? Because, what does it say? It says that a gift destroys the heart, you know, because our people are being bought. You can easily be bought on this side, but we don't want what you're giving. We don't want what you're selling. You've already sold us pipe dreams. You've already sold us lies. Now his commercials and propaganda is blatant. I don't know if y'all seen, there's a new TikTok video with your President Biden with the Jonah brothers telling you to get boosted. It's creepy. It's cringe, man. Yeah. Because what you're seeing now is the spells in real time. These are spells that he's playing. Who was the one mayor? Not Cuomo, that was a governor. What the hell's what's the mayor? What's the mayor of New York? Any of y'all know the mayor of New York? DeSantis?
Yeah, I think so.
He was sitting on live TV eating a nasty ass burger, saying that I can get this if I go and get something injected in me. What the hell? That's a spell. All they're doing, de Blasio. Yeah, the blah blah. All they're doing is putting spells on you. And every year it's the same thing. It's a new face, it's a new name, but it's the same prison. It's a new law, it's a new governor, but it's the same hell. It's the same hell. All they sell you is a pipe dream. But you know what? The American people are waking up out of that. You can't get your average American because now they're only getting the young and the old. But that's what the Bible tells you. He calls both old and young, but the middle, right, our generation, those are the ones that have some sense still. And you know why? Because that's Joel 3, where they shall prophesy. You got a lot of people that know that the government's against them. Do you think the government's for you? Do you think there you go. There you go. Your government's not for you. They never were. You know? They never were. Was this that is it?
It's a little more.
All right. And then we're going to get this scripture.
Verse 26, and it says, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. Verse 27, it says, by faith he forsook Egypt.
See, by faith. So by faith we're forsaking Egypt. And we're forsaking it in many ways. Okay? We're forsaking his wine. We're forsaking his philosophy. We're forsaking his ideology. We're forsaking his culture. Americans don't even know the holidays that they're celebrating. They don't know the origins of Christmas, Halloween, New Year's. They don't know the origin of the months or the days. Damn. This shit is real, man. You know? They don't know what the hell's going on. And then when you say a little something, the demon comes out, you know? I had this demon tell me, what's up, sis? I had this demon tell me the other day, because I had the mask on, you know? But I had it right here, because I need to still breathe out my nose. But I had it on. We do what we need to do, you know? But it was like a second. Like it was a second, you know? And they were like, you need to have it over your nose. And I said, is it for health? She said, it's because it's the rules. So it's the rules. Let's look up the definition of rules. This proves this is a draconian society. You know? Even if you so-called comply, it still ain't good enough. And that's America. You can pay your bills, you can go to work, you can bow down, but you still could get hemmed up, arrested, beat, jailed, killed, murdered, you know? What you got for rules?
It says a principle or maximum governing conduct, a custom.
It's a principles or maxing governing conduct. So this is the principles that you have to live by. Rev 13, he calls them to worship the image. The rules is the image, right?
Yes. And to back you up, it says to move in a straight line.
Wow. That's what they do.
To direct in a straight line.
Yep. And
Man.
that's actually a military exercise. When if we all were to stand up, that's a military exercise.
Man.
You see? So this place, the dragon speaking. See, y'all still want the lamb. And I'm talking about he that speaketh as the lamb, not Yahweh Shai. It tells you in Rev 13 that he spoke as a lamb and a dragon. We see the dragon. Okay?
Verse 27, here's the point. And it says, by faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king.
Not fearing the wrath of the conduct of the governing body. Of what? This rulership. Now, we're not being carnal, but we fear not what man can do unto us. Y'all are just mortals, man. You're just mortal temporal beings. So we just got to deal with mortality right now, so that the mortal can be put off, so we can put on immortality. See?
And it says, not fearing the wrath of the king. For
1 Timothy, he gave us not the spirit of fear. Hey man, you get pulled over by the police, don't be afraid. Agree with your adversary quickly. Send up prayers. You get a bill in the mail, pray to the Lord. Don't allow Babylon to make you fearful. Stop being afraid of this system, man. Damn. That's one of his biggest tools, is to put fear on you. He sends empty threats. He sends something in the mail you don't like, send it back. Send it back, man. Stop allowing this draconian system to make you afraid of what it can do to you. I will not fear him that could kill body. I will fear him which could kill both soul and body in hell. That's the words of Yahweh Shai. So that was a direct quote that Yahweh Shai told us, because that's his mindset. So what mindset are you walking in? The mindset of man or the mindset of Yahweh Shai? Are you walking as a black man or a righteous, hopeful, elect Hebrew Israelite from your respective tribe? Because 12,000, guaranteed, with the innumerable multitude of the 1/3. Stop being afraid of this man's crumbling system. We don't have to be afraid of his system no more. That's why great fear fell upon him. That's why great fear fell upon him, because we're standing up in boldness against those that have persecuted us. And all you are bowing down. All you are the ones bowing down now. And now we are standing for the Lord. And like Leonidas said, I can't bow my knee. I can't bow my knee to this system. And the Lord said he reserved 7,000 men that shall not bow to the knee of Baal. And we ain't bowing, man.
Right.
We ain't bowing. And that's the attitude that the Lord has given us. And we pray to stay in that attitude and in that spirit. Because when you look up the etymology of the word attitude, it means your conduct of your stature. You see? And you can tell a man by his gait,
And it says, for he endured.
Hey, this thing's about to happen, man. This thing, all they had to do was put this dilly-willy white woman on camera on Friday, and by Monday, it was everybody, hey, get back. Niggas was walking around with Lysol and holsters. All they had to do, bro, this whole summer we was chilling. And all Kathy had to do was speak a few words on a camera that went across New York State, and everybody turned into fucking Darkwings up. You have people walking in stores like this. But 3 days ago, you was straight. Gross darkness. Man, bro, we can see. I can see clearly now because the rain is gone. And the Wadi al-Bashim who's giving us that eyesight.
It's a bad moon rising.
That's right. It's a bad moon rising.
And it says, for he endured as seeing him who was invisible.
Yeah, we endure. And the things that aren't seen are eternal.
Right.
So he that is invisible is forever. But all what I can see now is temporal, including this flesh. So forsake this flesh too. All right? This flesh was given to you for a punishment. The spirit was given to you for a gift, because the spirit of prophets is subject to the prophets. You see? All the things that you have now that are being used or utilized for this truth are gifts. And all the aches and pains and punishment is for a punishment. So deal with that while you're dealing with this. Because you can get with this or you can get with that. Let's get your precept you holding, brother.
This is 2nd Esdras 2 and 13.
Hey, we feel alive, man. While this flesh is trying to hold us back, while you're scared and scurrying, standing in your 3/6s, we feel alive.
That's right.
There's nothing but death for these people, man. There's nothing but pain, worry, and anguish. Man, I never felt more alive in my life. Well, nothing but death is covering these people, you know?
It says, go, 2 Esdras 2 and 13. Go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch.
Woo, watch. And immediately the first article came to mind is one wrong move and that's your ass. What did the Persians say? Did you see that article? They said they put out a map with all the places they was gonna hit.
I got
One
Yep.
wrong move and that's your ass.
Yep, they got all the list of the cities lined out, man. They on go. Russia's on go. Gog and Magog, China, everybody's on go. All the chess pieces are perfectly positioned on the board, man. Okay, but it's going to act in our favor, because why is this third world war going to be fought? For the controversy of Zion.
Yep. Yep. You want to get that? For the
Hosea?
Yep. Yep. 4-1. This is a controversy. You know? Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shemel Shai, Bashmel Kagash, Barakatam, few sincere brothers and few sincere sisters. We almost out of here, man. You hold on, brothers. You hold on, sisters. You keep praying, man. You know? We turned our back on this system, man. We are standing up. We are Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay? We are Daniel in the lion's den. We are Job. We are Lot. Okay? Read that, brother.
It says, right here, the source is RT.com, and it says, Iran releases Israel map with multiple targets marked. Woo! And it says, Iran had decided to bolster its traditional threats against our rival Israel with the visual materials.
Yeah, we got bastards in Ashdod. Okay? We got Rothschilds in Tel Aviv. All right? You got Moles doing cartwheels in our land. Just having a gay old time. You know? What they're doing is what Nebuchadnezzar did before the writing on the wall. Many, many tickle. You know, you've been found wanted. Who's the most high against the most proud? All right? The most high against the most proud. All right? Complete parallel universes, man.
Quick one. This is Revelation 11 and 14.
That's the spirit.
The second woe is past,
Yup.
and behold, the third woe coming quickly.
And the second woe was a beautiful arrangement set up to lead to the third woe, because during the second, you had not only Operation Paperclip, but the Manhattan Project with Oppenheimer. So without the second woe, atomic bombs would have never been thought of to be created. And the Lord put that in their thought. You see, for the time now, okay? And you had the so-called, the 1948, you know, the Balfour, right? They declared, that was their declaration. But I was meditating on it. That was 1948. What year are we in? About to be 2022. They ain't been in our land, or they only been in our land under 100 years. So they ain't even enjoyed it for one day. Not even a day, man.
Not even a second.
Not even a second. So yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's supposed to piss you off because you hate evil. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace, you know? So hey, you got it right now, but we about to get the ball. We about to get it back, you see?
And it's, keep going on, it says, publishing a map of the Jewish state marked with numerous possible...
Hey, where the hell does the Bible say that it will be a state?
Right.
It says we will be a nation, you know? Let's get Isaiah 2, what you get? Hey, we hold that, let's get Isaiah 2. It don't talk nothing about a state, man. All right? We get land, baby. Keep going, and then you get providences, you know? We could start at 1. Because what's it say? It says, the mountain of the Lord. And El Apostle Gabar brought out a beautiful point. He said, what happens when all these countries get together? What do they call it? A summit meeting. And what is a summit at? A mountain.
Mountain top.
Mountain top. See?
I mean, Israel's going to be on.
And that proves that Esau is proud, because where do all Edomites, what mountain do all Edomites climb to be king of the hill? Mount Everest. So he's constantly trying to climb Mount Zion. and he gets thrown off every time, man. You know? Every time he's getting thrown off.
And it says Tehran could hit in response.
No. Tehran will hit in response. We gotta start adding our prophetic opinion.
Right.
The word opinion means belief. We believe they're gonna jack their ass up. We believe an evil thought's gonna come on God. We believe that this land's gonna be made desolate. These people don't know war is coming. These people don't know the Lord is coming. What do y'all think is gonna happen, man? Small-minded mentality America has made you. The Willie Lynch letter has surfaced it to all the people, man. You know? Gross darkness has covered you.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that he had taken against Babylon.
Oh, and that's fire because were you in 50?
Yes.
And then if you go to, I think, 51, this same prophecy is for the counsel against Edom, which proves Edom will be in Babylon, and Babylon's America. This proves it right here, man. The same counsel that was taken to destroy Babylon is the same counsel that's going to be taken to destroy Edom. Esau, Edom. I have prepared a sacrifice in Basra. While he's sacrificing babies and sacrificing children, why do you think he calls them kids? Because he's sacrificing them, man. But then the Lord calls him goats and rams. The blood of bulls. All right, kid?
Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that he had taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he had proposed against the land of the Chaldeans.
Yeah, and this has been since the beginning. This landmass was already set up to be ripe for the picking. Keep going.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
The least being Israel, right? The least being the 1948ers. The least being the ones that have stolen your identity.
The small hats.
Right. You have an identity that's been stolen, you know? But then he'll charge you with identity theft or fraud when all he does is commit fraud, identity theft on a whole nation. So, see, our people know that he stole us, but they don't know he stole our nationality. This is why you've been given a new one. It's 2021 and you're calling yourself a color out of a crayon box. That's what he gave you. That's what he told you. Where's the continent black? Where's the continent white? They don't have them. But you have what you call China, right? Europe, Russia, Asia, Africa. But where's your continent? Someone said that to me the other day. They said, I thought you were black. I said, I need a continent. If I call myself black, where's my land at? You know? I don't got one.
Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them.
Yeah, he's going to make their habitation desolate, all right, through the Medes and the Persians, man. Keep going. Yep.
It says, these verses repeat with some minor changes the condemnation of Edom.
Woo! That's the spirit. See? And like Elder Pastor Har said, the closest you'll get to a Christian being right is the scholars. Yep. It's the scholars, man. And you know what's so beautiful? You Christians and you teachers of Christianity are going to be a target because you've sold them a pipe dream. You lied to them. You sent them up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. And you're going to look stupid, man. You're going to look dumb. You got it.
Perhaps the repetition is based on the similarity of sins between Babylon and Edom.
Woo! Read that again. Oh, that's Rev 18. For her sins have surely reached unto heaven. Now, did this landmass just start awakening and tree limbs started creating wickedness? You know, did a tree cut itself off and make a Ouija board? No, it was Esau in this land. You know what I mean?
It says, the rhetorical questions establish the fact that no one can resist the Most High or overthrow his purposes.
I've created wickedness for the day of evil. And then you had Esau make a movie called Austin Powers, and he was fighting against his twin, Dr. Evil. Austin Powers. What's that name Austin mean? Let's look that up real quick. Powers. What is he? A prince of power.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Yahshar Allah.
And what was he fighting against? Dr. Evil.
That's Esau.
Yeah. That's Esau Edom. You know? A little more. Was that it on that?
That was in Jeremiah. I'm back in Isaiah.
Oh, okay.
But that's you 51.
You know, yeah, let's go to Jeremiah 51. And we just start from the top. And brothers is posting too. You know? Let's see. Hey, Shalom Akim. The brother Prince of Yahweh. What a beautiful name.
Beautiful.
Ecclesiasticus 10 and 15. The Lord has plucked up the roots of the proud. So he plucked their ass up. Just like the Lord used Esau to pluck up the Spanish, the French, and the British. They got their ass out of here. So how much more your ass? You know? And it says, and planted the lowly in their place. So the Lord is going to pluck up Esau. He's going to pick him up by his punk ass blue collar t-shirt while he's kicking and flailing. He's going to toss his ass out and put Jacob right in there.
It said that's beautiful because it says the meek shall inherit the earth.
Now what's awesome mean?
Now the name awesome means great.
The awesome means great power. Rakatei Halba Shema Shai. That's the Rakakwadash. That's the Rakakwadash. So great power fought against Dr. Evil. Great power. They knew what they were doing, man. Was that it on it? That's the point. Let's go to Jeremiah now. Look, it's raining, it's sleeting, it's snowing, and they're walking around with muzzles on. That's what animals do.
Yep.
You put a muzzle on your dog, you know? You got it, brother.
Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus said the Lord, behold, I will rise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
So there's a destroying wind that's prophesied. What is this destroying wind? Was it the 20 tornadoes that touched down in the heart of America? No, that's Isaiah 29. What is a destroying wind? What kind of wind will destroy? The nukes. And then get 2 Peter's, and then they scoff. Now Christians are scoffing. Well, they say the mark of the beast is a microchip. They say that God's going to come back with nuclear missiles. Let's get 2 Peter. I said, oh, they're scoffing.
But they teach a 7-year tribulation period.
Right. 7-year trib.
And then you are supposed to get raptured.
Right. You're supposed to get tooken. Let's read that real quick. In the last days, like Bone Thug said, in the last days of the last days, man. You know? That's why certain shit, man, I've just been brushing off. All right, got to deal with it. All right, give me the money. Take your little money. You know? Take your little shit.
Excuse me. 2 Peter 3 and verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts.
Now that's Christians. You got people scoffing against the priesthood of Melchizedek, scoff. Scoffing against the mark of the beast, scoff. The name, scoff. Now they're scoffing at nuclear missiles. Because we're in the last days. It's been the last days, man.
It's really not a game. Right now, you have Russia moving nukes over to the border of Ukraine. It's real.
And Taiwan's still going on. And then now Iran's talking about Israel. So America, being in league with them, they're going to have to do what? You think I'm going to let you beat up on my big brother like that and get away with it?
That's why it says the least is going to draw them out. And once they get drawn out, hey, all the kingdoms going to flock over there.
Yep.
Man.
You know what it is?
Because Russia is a guard unto them, and America is a guard unto them.
Exactly. Exactly. So guilty by association. It's like, you know, when Jake, you ever see Jake, he be walking, he got his hands like this, waiting, and then he snuff them. That's how they doing right now, you know. Oh, and speaking of my man Putin, he said the problem with America is that they're an empire, and they're falling under the role of the Soviet Union. Do y'all brothers know the characteristics of this? You look it up right now. Look it up, man, how do you word this? Look up like the terribleness of the Soviet Union. Or compare the Soviet Union to America. Bro, the Soviet Union had secret police. They had mass surveillance. They used propaganda in their media. It's the same thing America's doing right now. And Putin said, I was a citizen in the state of the Soviet Union. In America, you are falling under that same role. And we can't have an empire. And guess what state we're in? We're in New York State, what's called the Empire State. These countries don't want an empire, because when an empire is ruling, that's bad for them. So America, through their lies and freedom, has found a way to dominate the world. But now the world is like, wait a minute, you're not helping. You're worsening.
Right.
You know.
Your wine is making us vomit.
Right.
You know.
You got something, Ron?
I can keep going in Jeremiah. Let's go into it. It says, verse 2, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about.
Read that again.
And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her.
You know what a fanner that keeps the fire of prophecy going? A different variant. The Omarion. You know? A different variant. More fire.
No, he has a song called Icebox.
Yup.
You know, Dark Winter.
Yup.
You know?
Yup.
It says, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall empty her land, and for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. I got this another article. Let's see. Oh, like parallel. Real quick.
Damn, my fucking hands are
Okay, here it goes. See, I got this article from zeroheads.com. It says 7 signs that war with Russia just got even closer. So this is part of that fanning, man. This is part of that fanning. The Most High, he's fanning the fires of the third war. He's fanning the fires of civil war, of racial tension, of pestilence, of earthquakes, of whirlwinds. All right?
Yeah. These fires are on a high level, man. They're not being put out. That's what the dope part about this is, man, is, you know, Lord's what I'm going to do a lesson. Prophecies are a gift. Now, they say that the spirit of prophecy is a gift, but actually seeing prophecy is a gift given to us. Well, you got little, you know, waiting for Christmas, the Lord already giving gifts. He's giving brother beautiful talents, and then on top of that, he's giving literal prophecies as gifts. You know, just like when Christmas comes, you're happy. So when prophecy comes, we're happy. We're happy, man. You know, in this just jacked up place, in this system, in this society, we're still finding peace. We're still finding something to be happy and rejoice about. You got that?
Yep. Now right here it says NKVD activities. The main function of the NKVD was to protect the state security of the Soviet Union. The role was accomplished through massive political repression.
So this is the characteristics of the Soviet Union that Putin said America is walking down the same path as. And he said your mistakes and problems are piling up. So they're saying it's over. So it said what? Massive political accomplished
Repression.
So controlled politics. They control who gets in, who gets out, who's liked, who's disliked, right? Controlled opposition, different feather, same bird. And it's an eagle. Keep going.
And it says, including authorized murders.
Authorized murders. Oh, he committed suicide. Oh, they had a heart attack. Oh, she was getting ready to expose Pizzagate, and then a prop gun kills her on a movie set.
Right.
You see? They be killing people off, man. Esau be killing people off. And if he had his way, he'd kill us too. You know?
And it says, including authorized murders of many thousands of politicians and citizens.
Oh, that proves that's Esau. Wasn't he doing that as the Romans? They would kill the Caesars.
Yep. They were assassinated.
Yeah. You know, like one Caesar, the shortest time was like a day.
Yep. Well, they took out JFK.
Yep.
Took out Abraham Lincoln.
Yep. And they took Abraham Lincoln out because he instituted a greenback when the elites that already had the control of the banks since the 1620s in Britain, right? And then when he started coming out with his own greenbacks, they offed his ass. You know, and that's why they had to go to Jekyll Island and come up with their own money. You see? Keep going.
And it says, as well as kidnappings.
Oh, they kidnap you right now. The police could kidnap you right now. Oh, they kidnap people for not having the bite when they went to eat at Applebee's. Your brother seen that? They brought a paddy wagon to New York City and took them all, man.
Apathy.
You know?
And it says, as well as kidnappings, assassinations, excuse me, as well as kidnappings, assassinations, and mass deportations.
Oh, mass deportations. Esau's doing that now. He calls you an immigrant, but he's an immigrant. You see? But what is he doing? He's deporting. So Esau has the same actions or characteristics of a draconian empire that has been done away. And now Putin, that is aware of that, is saying, hey, you come in just like them. You know? So that's an issue. Brother Prince of Yahweh, Psalm 59 and 2. Let me read this real quick. Bear with us, brothers. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity and save me from the bloody man. Right? The bloody men. Esau has a lot of blood on his hand. Let's get Isaiah 34. You got some?
I did have an article.
Yeah, let's get it.
It says, the 7 atrocities of Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin. You know, because I believe it was during that time.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Which he came up with the Gulag system. Okay, which is pretty much
Read it loud, brother.
it says the Gulag system. Lenin founded the Gulag, the network of prisons and forced labor camps throughout the Soviet Union.
Forced prison camps. Prison camps are coming to Babylon. Re-education programs. You see? Keep going.
But it was Stalin who employed them to their most hideous and at least semi-effective ends. The camps, like prisons throughout the world, were used to house criminals. The Gulag's primary purpose, though, was to gain control of the population through fear.
Now it said criminals. Now the word crime means an infraction of God's law. So for him to call you a criminal, he's saying you're breaking God's law. So he's saying he's God. You see? But crimson means red. So you're the original criminal. You know?
It says was to gain control of the population through fear by imprisoning, torturing, and killing undesirables.
Oh, hold that. Psalms 55 and 21. Fear. He uses fear. Weren't we just saying, wasn't a spirit just bringing out, don't be afraid of this man's system? Because see, they don't tell you, but they push fear. They have a soldier come up, a police officer, with all this tactical gear, fucking big ass sidearm, and he says, can I have your ID? You give it to him out of fear, not knowing that the American citizens actually have the right of private citizens where they say no. Now, we're not telling you to do that because we agree with our adversary quickly, but just using that as an example, okay? Going back, he'll send you things in the mail. Just because he tells you you owe him something don't mean you owe him something. You see?
The pen is mightier than a sword.
Yep. Yep. And never let a good crisis go bad. He's got people fear with the media. Oh my God. You know?
That's why Biden, when his ass got up in there, he was signing away.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. He was signing away. You thought he was fucking Kobe Bryant at a press conference. You know, he was next. You know, you ever see them with an athlete? He's signing a whole bunch of pictures.
Right.
Autograph. He was autographing his ass.
Psalm 55 and verse 21, and it says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Right. I'm here to help. He sends out that whispery voice, you know? Keep going.
For war was in his heart.
Right. War is in his heart. Oh, he'll tell you, take Larinax. It heals this, and then at the bottom, it may cause death and more death, and then after you die, you'll still die. Like, it's like, damn. So all he does is push hell and death on you. You know? That's why it says death and hell were swallowed up. Because all he gives you is death, and he sells you death. Damn it. Why does he sell a product that has a warning from the Surgeon General? Right? And then people still buy it. People still buy it. But it's killing you.
And it goes in to say,
oh, and then he sells you something that'll kill you, and then he says, I'm going to create a department of health. I'm here to concern about your health.
Well, he has a center for disease control.
Right.
This motherfucker is controlling all of the pestilences that are out here.
Yep.
That's why at the end of that movie, World War Z, He just put that shit right next to the other vowels.
Yep. Yep. And these people are eating it up. They're eating up the lies and spells. Look, you see, got the Dasani water. That's called liquid death.
Yep.
It's got the same chemical that they inject a prisoner that they've sentenced to death. You seen it? He had the mask on and he had Dasani with him. Y'all better not be drinking that Dasani death. But look, that's a spirit. That's another product he sells you that's linked to death.
That's water.
He sells water that makes you thirsty, and the component in it that makes you thirsty is the same component they inject in someone they've sentenced to the death penalty. What the? Man, bro.
You shouldn't even have to pay for water, man.
We're on a water world.
Why am I paying for water?
The earth is 73% water.
But you got a water bill at your home. What the fuck?
And then they say we're overpopulated. Why aren't you making cities out on the ocean? Right?
We ain't overpopulated. This nigga ain't discover percentages of the earth, man.
He claims it's overpopulated, but he's killing people at an alarming rate to depopulate you. Tobacco alone kills more people in a year than the population of Georgia. So every year, everyone in Georgia died. Every year. Every year. But because it's spread out, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, and let's add it up in there. You can add car accidents. You can add the C word. You know, the other C word.
Well, I got to beg to differ. Because AIDS, cancer, malaria combined don't kill more people than tobacco in a year. You mean to tell me smoking's lawful? Hey, you know that Esau admits through the Department of Health that there's not one safe tobacco product? Oh, and then 41,000 people die a year of secondhand smoke. And then the nigga finally says it's illegal to smoke in a car with a child under the age of 9. But it ain't illegal for a woman pregnant to smoke. 1 out of 5 Americans die a year alone just off tobacco. And what else can we talk about? You know? The dying rate of police and crime. That's Hosea. What we got?
Excuse me.
But then he gives you smooth words and says Merry Christmas. You know? That shit's crazy, man. Y'all don't know we're surrounded by death. This is why the Lord has given us a spirit of life. Because all these people are consumed with death and doubt. I ain't gonna win. I ain't gonna make it. We ain't got it. Maybe. Ain't no maybes over here. All right? It's counter law. All you people deal with that maybe shit. Well, I don't know. You're weak. You're weak, man. America produces nothing but mush-mouth, mushy brain-ass people. Oh, they can't think for themselves. You know? When I was growing up, you had a term called in the closet. Shit, even R. Kelly told you about that. He said, I'm in the closet. Keep going.
Psalm 55 and verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Right, and butter's smooth, you know? You ever throw that in a hot skillet? Slides right across the pan. You see? Smooth as butter. You could spread it on some bread, you know? But now his words that are smooth than butter, it's that margarine now. You know, you ever put that hard butter and it rips the bread?
Yeah.
That's what it's like now. Because you still got people listening, but you got a lot of others that aren't, because knowledge shall be increased. You know? Keep going.
And it says,
You got a lot of Edomites too. You got a lot of Edomites that ain't with it, you know? They ain't with that shit. Oh, and let me say this, Slakia. You got a lot of not only women, but a lot of black women that are being put in office. In New York, you got the Eric Adams, this bald-headed Greek.
Yeah.
And then he just elected this black woman. And then over in San Francisco is another black woman. Then the mayor of New York is Kathy Hochul, some advocate for 48ers. You got a bunch of women out here, man. He's using all y'all.
and it says, but war was in his heart.
Yep.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Right, people are catching on to this too weak. We're just trying to flatten the, you know, all these things that he's telling you are he's a smooth criminal. You know?
He is.
He's a smooth criminal, man. He's got power in his words. Even Gad told you that. You know? Keep going.
Verse 22, cast thy burden upon the Lord.
Now you can finish that, yeah.
Okay. Verse 22, cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee.
Yeah.
He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved.
Right. Cast thy burden. What's going to be a burden? Eating, shelter, thirst, warmth, comfort, protection. But we trust when those burdens come that we'll be delivered. Okay? We trust when these burdens come that the Lord will protect us.
Yep.
All right? As many other great men experienced issues of great dearth in the land, and the Lord protected them. We can go into one. We go to 2 Kings, the 4th chapter, with Elisha.
Still want that in Isaiah 34?
Yeah, let's get into that a little bit, and then the Spirit transition over, to some miracles, man.
All right.
Yup.
Isaiah 34 and verse 1, it says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear,
Yup.
and hearken, ye people."
Yeah, because the nations are now being roused up with Esau's strike of his pen, his sanctions. You got Iran saying they're going to put sanctions on for what Esau did to Judah, Levi and Benjamin. You got a lot of things happening, man. A lot of things are going down. We can't be small-minded in this truth. We got to look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is our captivity is ended and Esau's the next to go. All right, Esau's the end of the world and Jacob's the beginning. So that's a cut, vocab. The world's going to end. Well, Jacob's the beginning regardless.
Right.
That's a cut.
And it says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear,
Yup.
and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations."
Now the word indignation is righteous anger. And indignation goes into indignant, which means vexed or angry with injustice. We are indignant with the injustice of the cruel authority of his oppression that he's built around our people. He's built the tumult. He's built the brigade. He's trenched around us, man. Keep going.
And it says, verse 2, "And his fury upon all of their armies, he have utterly destroyed them.
Yup.
He hath delivered them to the slaughter."
Yeah, the World War III. 2 Kings 4 and 18. Instead of 18. And it's all the way down to 37. Keep going.
And it says, "Their slain also
The whole chapter
shall be
is
cast out, and their stink shall come up."
Yeah, great stink. All right, great stink is coming. Because you know what that stink is going to represent? His abomination, his filth, his filthy lies. You see? So that great stink from the death, all right, of these soldiers. And that great stink is going to be through World War III, missiles, judgment, war, and Yahushai, where the innumerable multitude of angels, all right, accompanied with Maya Ka'ala, which will fulfill the prophecy of the battle in the skies. All right, the war in heaven, war on earth, it's going to be war of land, sea, and air. Land, sea, and air. All right, so Navy's done, Army's done, Air Force is done. So he's going to try to bring violence in the air, because the word force means violence. So he's going to bring violence, or attempt to bring violence to Yahushai and our brothers, the angels, and he's going to lose miserably. But in the midst of that, the elect will be protected. All right? Standards will be lifted. Miracles will take place. Rejoicing in the name shall be shouted. While people are crying, screaming, babbling, not knowing what to do or who to call upon. This is why we're putting our best foot forward now.
And it goes in the same, verse 3, "And their stink shall come out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood."
The mountains, the governments, the nations, and the rulers. Okay? The rulers, man. Those inhabitants of these lands. Or shall I say the inhabitants of the earth. All right? Because with the destruction and Yahushai, all that's going to do is cultivate the earth into a new regions. More land's going to arise. Land's going to be broken up. You ain't going to be able to tell which was this and which was that. Okay? We're going to bring back righteous order to the earth that's been under the realm of confusion. You got a state in America. Oh, you got in Texas. You know that during slavery, Texas sacrificed like acres and acres of land so that they would be right under the border where it was illegal to have slavery. This is why, like Oklahoma, there's like this thin line going over it that they gave them because Texas wanted to continue to have slaves. So all that's going to be wiped out. All his lines of confusion. Don't it say that? Yep. Keep going.
Verse 4, and it says, and all the hosts of heaven.
Ain't it beautiful to think, oh, all this is going to be destroyed, man?
Very much.
You know? It's you know, it's going to be like the Tower of Babel falling again. It's going to be the Tower of Babel falling again, man. You know? And that's what needs to happen. This place need and will fall. Okay? And you trying to uphold Egypt, you're going to fall right with it. You are anti-Hamashiach if you want another day of this place to continue. Now do we know that another? Yes. But do we want? No. We don't want this place to continue no more. You know? We want this place to fall. We want Yahweh Shai to rule. We want the house of David and rulership. You see? We want the throne of David established. We want the wicked to be cut off. We want righteous order to be taken place in earth. That's what we want. We don't want rights for Lisa Leslie's and Moesha's, you know?
And it says,
Yeah.
and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll,
Yep.
and all the hosts shall fall down.
It didn't say heaven. It said the hosts of heaven shall fall. Who's the host of heaven? Esau. Oh, damn, the baby fell. Damn, she had her baby on the ground, bro. Oh, shit.
Hey, that's my baby.
Oh, damn. Did you hear it crying?
Yeah. Yo,
Damn.
that's spiritual.
That's very spiritual. Come
Damn.
down and sit in the dust.
Damn.
We just looked over and the Edomite family just had to pick his baby up off the cold, wet floor.
And it's a great stroller, too.
Damn.
Happy Shahidi.
Damn.
Damn.
Damn, bro. Hey, when the Lord bring that pain, it's going to be major. You know? It's going to be major pain. Keep going.
And
Damn.
Damn. And it says, and all the hosts shall fall down.
All the hosts shall fall down.
That's where she fell. That's
Yo.
Damn. Hey, call all y'all by Wow.
That's judgment.
That's
She
judgment.
Probably, saying Jake raped her in the past.
Yep. Yep. They always say that.
And it says, as a leaf falleth off from, as a leaf falleth off from the vine.
Yeah, look at these trees. Look at all the leaves that have fallen. Can you take that leaf and put it back? So as a leaf falling, and when that leaf falls, look how it's falling with the wind. You know? Read that again.
It says, and
and it says as it's fallen, Esau is the vine of Sodom. You know? Man.
And it says, as a leaf falleth off from the vine of Sodom, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree.
Yeah, the figs being the nukes. All right? And you got all these nations coming out with all these nukes now.
Yep.
Not new phones,
Yeah.
not new technology of clothes and shoes and super boots, but missiles.
And the nukes.
New arrows.
It says, let the weak sound strong.
Yep. It says they beat their plowshares and the swords.
They've not been alike.
Yep. And they're pruning hooks and the spears. They ain't creating new Tickle Me Elmos. They ain't creating new TVs. They're creating new nukes. Man.
Verse 5, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Man, my sword is specifically aimed at Idumea. Idumea, for Edom. These people have no idea, man. That's why they walk in a proud, boastful manner. They think there's another Super Bowl, another Christmas, more things. Hey, Thanksgiving came and went, bro. People, you had Jake dying at the dinner table.
A lot of people were lonely.
Yeah.
Naked and afraid. It's done, man. It's done. Hey, the city we're in is through. You know?
Christmas, all that.
Yeah. Hey, and guess what? When so-called Christmas comes, that's going to be next camp. And Lord's will, we're going to be right out here, man.
Right.
You know? We're going to be right out here, Lord's will. Read this.
And
And the Lord going to shut the mouth of these loudmouth women, too.
Yeah, man.
He's going to shut them the fuck up. And I say it like that in the spirit.
Well, now they're getting unhinged treatment.
Good.
I seen one video in Philadelphia, and the bitch got the roadway. She got beat, man.
She got stomped.
stomped out.
He stomped her
Got
ass.
mangled.
You know? Stomped her ass clean out, man. You see? And I was watching the show Survivor, and they got a season where it's men against women. And it was 13 days the men had fire, shelter, and food. Day 13, this blonde bitch was sitting there sleeping on a fucking log. No food, no shelter, dying. Fucking dying. The bitch fainted. And then when they merged them, 2 men came, this bitch came right back to life. She said, "Whoop, whoop, whoop, whoop," and came alive. That proves to you, when judgment comes, you women are going to be the first to go, man.
Well, that's because women are not the prize. Did the woman do all this shit?
Nope.
Hell no. A man did it.
Yup.
You know?
Yup.
Was the man created for the woman? Hell no. The woman was created for the man.
Right.
Yup.
You woman ain't the prize.
Yep. So that's why you got sisters that are coming back in that order, that know that, hey, you know, that he's the prize.
That's what it's all about, order.
Yep.
You know, we're not saying it as a prideful thing.
No.
It's all about the order Yahweh Shem Shai set up.
And we
for
can
a woman to be under the covering of her man.
Yep. But you can see it. When you look at the natural order of things, look at a woman that's a manager, you know? That's your boss. It ain't run right.
Yeah.
But then when it's a man, there's more order, it's pleasurable. You know, even look at your workplace. A woman, it's called a manager. You know? Not a womanager. You know? Keep going.
Verse 5, it says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon
Now
Idumea."
the word heaven means rulership. So the Lord is saying, my sword is going to be, let's look that word bathed up in the blue letter, Isaiah 34. We get some other precepts. The Spirit ain't allowed us to go there yet, so we can pull something else. It said, my sword will be bathed in this rulership. You see? Oh, can you get the one where it says in Isaiah where he branded the sword, should we then make mirth? Just look up, should we then make mirth?
Ezekiel.
Oh, it's, yes. 21 like 22. What's that word mean?
So the word bathed in Isaiah 34 and 5, it says,
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry.
to be satiated or saturated.
Oh, let me see.
I'm looking at it real quick.
Go ahead. Oh, have a drink, to be drunk. Oh, to be intoxicated. Oh, remember he was drunken with the rage?
To drench.
So he's going to drench them.
Oh.
He's just going to be chopping away, man.
Saturated. Okay.
Saturated.
Yeah.
I was saturated in it. You know what I mean?
To fill.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. Drink that cup. So that judgment is going to be just bathed with blood. Oh, going to the horse's bridle?
Yep.
Damn.
Exactly what that's talking about.
Damn, dude.
To soak.
Hey, it's going to get so real. Some of us Akim are going to be like, damn. Holy shit. You know? It's going to be like that. So, you got that, brother?
20. It's right around.
Yeah, 2021. Read that verse again.
Yep, and it says, verse 6, "The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with
The
fatness."
sword of the Lord is filled with blood. You see? Now, Christopher Columbus said he couldn't put his sword down for 1 hour. So the Lord's sword is going to bathe you with destruction, and it's going to consume you in 1 hour. And actually, a half an hour, because it's going to take a half an hour to get here, and a half an hour to bathe in destruction.
That's destruction.
You got that, brother?
Yep.
Let's hit that real quick.
This is Ezekiel 21.
The Spirit is bringing out destruction for this draconian system. Why be afraid of a fallen enemy? Why be afraid of someone destined to lose? Stop wasting your energy on fear and put your energy towards the Lord, man. You know? There's enough fear going around. What about life? There's enough doubt going around. What about faith? You know? There's enough unrighteousness going around. What about mercy? It's time for us to put that on. While they're putting on a mask, put on the Lord. While they're putting on a mask, put on the armor. You know? Shit.
Ezekiel 21:8, and the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
So the brother's prophesizing. He's reading a prophecy that's making us prophets. So we got to endure unto the end, man. Are we not reading the prophecies? We're reading prophecies. The brother's reading the prophecy of Isaiah 34. We are prophesizing. Read that again, brother.
It says again,
That means Yahushai's here.
Right.
Yahushai's the spirit of prophecy. Yahushai's speaking. He's speaking to the people. He's speaking. The prophecies are being spoken, man. But then a demon will say, all prophecies have been fulfilled. You were part of it. You know, scoff it.
it says again, the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished.
Yup.
It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter.
Yup.
It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
Woo! Read that again. One more time.
It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished.
Now it said it is sharpened. Now what did the brother say? He said, what did you say? The pen is mightier than the sword. Unrighteous decrees is sharper than the sword. Mass mandates is sharper than the sword. Penalty is death is sharper than the sword. Sending in the National Guard and military is sharper than the sword. Lockdowns, LDs is sharper than the sword. He's sharper than this thing. It's so sharp that if you touch it, you'll get cut. Your ass will get cut. It's sharpened, man. It's sharpened right now. And it's being what? Furbished. When you furbish, you're brandishing your weapon. A samurai pulls his sword out to kill. You know? So what is he doing? He's showing you the shine and glimmer of his sword of destruction, man. So we can see his blessing being pulled on us. You know?
Should we then make mirth?
Yeah, should we party? Should we bullshit? Should we ramp and dance to the new moon? You know? You look like a damn cult. You only got certain brothers and sisters locked in the spirit, really locked in, really meditating on death, destruction, and deliverance. Triple D's, baby. Wasn't that a year? Death, destruction, then deliverance. We're letting that sink in our mind. We're meditating upon the lamentations, mournings, and woes that will befall those of this land. Not us. There is no room in our spirit and mind to think about death and destruction for us. Your mind and spirit should be filled with the grace and mercy through the blood of Yahushai, through the priest of the Melchizedek. You see? Read that again, brother.
It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter.
A sore slaughter, bathed, saturated. So much death that you'll think that our people have become non-extinct. Remember how they thought that Gad was gone? The last of the Mohicans? It's about to be the last of Edom.
Right.
A new era. The Edomite Removal Act is coming into effect. Beware of the beast, man. Well, hunting season is about to take the beast out. Keep going.
It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished.
I'll prepare slaughter for his children, that they do not rise nor possess the land and fill the face of the cities of the world. You know? Keep going.
It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
Should we party? Should we bullshit? Should we look for another Passover so we can do a concert? No. Keep going.
It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. And he had given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer.
It is given into the hand of the slayer. Now the brother always used to make a good point. He saw this Edomite that had a rock band called Avenged Sevenfold. Well, I knew a lot of Edomites that listened to a rock band called Slayer. Slayer, look it up. You You ever heard of him?
Yeah, I heard of him.
Yeah, watch, look it up. Esau's got a rock band called Slayer. And then let's look up the definition of Slayer. Could you do that, Shaw, on your phone, the blue letter? What is a Slayer? Even hearing it sounds, you know, like, damn. Oh, let him not in where blood is nothing to you, you know, and the blue letter, Shaw.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, just, you know what I mean? Let's see what the blue letter says first, and then let's go into the Google, you know? And then, yeah, the rock band Slayer. Yeah, look up the, let's show them.
The images.
Yeah, go to the images real quick. It probably looks like a fucking Lil Nas commercial now. Are you there? It's loaded? Okay. And you got the blue letter?
Yeah, I wanted to look up furbish too.
Okay, good.
For furbish, the definition there, it says to bear, to polish, to make smooth.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, look, there's your Slayer. See? Look at that shit. Look at that shit, bro. Look at that. There's your Slayer. There's who's coming for you. With the power, and all lying words of Satan. Don't it say that? He has the power, all, and wonders of works of Satan. Look at this, man. Damn it, how do I go back? Read that again, please. Let me go back. I need this picture. Oh, it's on Amazon? Oh, that's why. Read that again, please.
Back in Ezekiel. Back in Ezekiel 21 and 11, and he had given it to be furbished, to be polished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer.
Yep. And what's the word Slayer mean?
The word there for slayer means,
yo, Satan's messing with the phones.
It never does.
Prince of the air.
Yep.
We getting on him. We getting on. We found out Esau's Bugs Bunny juice is Satan. Remember what he had to drink to beat him? Esau needs a drink from Satan, man.
the word there for slayer is haragium, which means to kill, to murder.
Oh, haragium. Wow, to kill, to murder,
to destroy, to ruin.
Now look at this picture of him. Look, it's an eagle. This is Slayer. It's an eagle with a pentagram. Look at that. It's a damn eagle with a pentagram, and these niggas got a nerve to make some retro Jordans. That's why Lil Nas came out with it. And then, was that it on it? It said a murderer in the blue letter.
Murderer, to ruin, to destroy.
Oh, well, who did that? The Greeks? They ruined, destroyed the temple. Then who else did it? The Romans?
That's John 10 and 10. I'm going to get it real
Good.
quick.
There you go, brother. That's the Slayer. And then now who's doing it? The Americans. And what's the third temple they're coming for? All right, our earthly house. This is why you brothers and sisters are to fight in the spirit, man. Don't allow him to come against you in your mind to consent. Okay? Don't consent unto the fornication of the king, right? Oh, fornication under the consent of the king will leave you fucked. All right? Excuse my language, but how else can I put it to you? You got it. I got to charge this phone.
This is John 10 and verse 10. The thief coming not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Yeah, he's a body snatcher. What movie they show you that, Marar? Get Out.
Get out.
Remember, he said, you know what you could do with your body? Like, what? Get the fuck away from me. You got it.
It says, the thief coming not, but for to steal and to kill.
Who's the thief? Esau. All right. Oh, where's Yahushua going? The house of the thief. Where's the house of the thief? America. What's America? Prison house. America in itself is a prison house.
It shows you that on that movie, The Fifth Wave. On The Fifth Wave, they have this big-ass partnership that came to plague the...
Yeah, read that again. Now, Satan's messing with our stuff. No, yours is charging on this one. Please read that again, man. Hey, it's cold. We in the season, we out of season. Our phones are messing up. Google's messing up, you know? Because what are we getting on? See, we're not just saying Esau's a devil. We're going into why he's a devil, why he's a demon, why he's referred to as a slayer. This man openly worships Satan. Openly, man. I see this little chick. She's walking on the street with like ripped fishnets and a damn fucking pentagram on, man. Like that shit's okay. But see, what Esau's done, he made the Most High seem weak and Satan powerful. We about to show you, we're the Prince of Power. Who's our power? Yahweh. He was called demon-like power. The word Allah means power. We are Allahayim. So we are power, man. Damn. These people think they're winning, bro. These Satanists think they're winning. You can't beat us with Satan. We are, through the Spirit, undefeatable. Lay charge to the Lord's elect. Shall death, principalities, shall that separate us? No. You can't separate us from Yahweh Basham Shai, man. What?
This is John 10 and verse 10.
This man's trying to take away our, what is it, the God gene?
B-Man 2.
The fuck, man?
You know, he's Dr. Evil.
Right. And we're the Austin Powers.
They say the thief coming not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
So he's only coming to kill you, steal you, or destroy you. There's nothing else he's coming for. There's nothing else he's coming for. Jake called the paramedics to be saved. The paramedics argued if they had insurance and they let her die. But they're supposed to come to save. No, he came to kill. Read it again.
It said the thief coming not, but for to steal and to kill.
No, the white man gave me food. Read it again.
The thief coming not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
No. The white man gave me a cure. Right? Read it again.
The thief coming not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly.
Is it sinking in yet? Let's go to Job. He's a physician of no value. And let's get Sirach 10. Cut off a long disease. Is it sinking in yet? Has it sunken in that this place is giving you nothing but death, pain, misery, and anguish? Has it sunk in yet?
Esau gonna come. I disagree profoundly.
Right. Under a state of emergency. Has it sunk in yet the track record of the crooked who can't be made straight? Has it sunk in yet that he is bloody men, workers of iniquity? When will it sink in? When the needle's sunken in you? When the cuffs are sunken in your wrists? When your ass is in a sunken place? This motherfucker's our worst enemy, man.
This is Job 13 and 4. But ye are forgers of lies.
He literally will take something and create a lie. He will take something and create and manufacture a lie, and then he mass produces it. Do you see all the recalls lately? Bro, I've never seen so many recalls in my life. Recall for this, recall for that. If you got this in your fridge, recall. If you bought this, you better send it back. Recall, recall. He's recalling everything that he's been lying to you to give. And I just found out next year Dunkin' Donuts is gonna take away ordering ham. So you can't buy ham no more, you know? The closest in the kingdom that you're gonna deal with ham is a nation, you know?
This is Job 13 and 4. But ye are forgers of lies.
Yep.
Ye are physicians of no value.
Right, no value. Meaning what you gave me was worthless. What you push is vain. All you push is emptiness. He'll give you a problem that you looking for a solution. Doctor, what's that song? Doctor, give me the news. Well, the news is you got 6 months to live. If you can't pay the bill, I'll give you 3 more months. You know? He's a cancer, man. He's a physician of no value. Right there is a truck with 2 men cutting into a human being. You shouldn't be being cut into. And then he'll cut you in 2. You had a doctor that just got caught for malpractice for cutting off the wrong leg. How do you cut off the wrong leg? You know? The word doctor means to falsify. So you're a false and you're a liar. You're a liar. You're a father of the lies, man. And a murderer from the beginning. Why would you let a murderer cut you open? You think you would let Michael Myers with a suit on cut in you with his butcher knife? That's what he's doing, man. Cutting all up in you. And you know who he'd be cutting up the most? Our women. But y'all believe in him. Y'all trust him. And then y'all die by it. He cuts you, man. He's got little swords and big swords. Then he's got big swords to give you little swords. You got that in John 8:44? Give your father the devil. Shit, man. Look it up. Look up babies getting. Look up from 0 to 18 your schedule. You brothers know what I'm talking about. You sisters, look it up and go to images and look at all these babies getting hit with all that, man. Little babies. You think in our kingdom we're gonna be pushing shit in these babies? The only thing they're gonna be getting inside of them is the law. And he out here just hitting them. He's got a hydraulic press that he uses to hit you with too.
Yep.
It's all on Google. Look it up. You read that real quick and then we'll jump to that.
This is John chapter 8, verse 44.
And the context is Yahushua speaking to wicked Israelite men. But within that context, we can use this to talk about who he was calling their father. So all you Surgeon General Jakes, all you governors and Jake women, your father's the devil. Your father ain't Yahweh Shem Shai. And your spiritual fathers ain't the elders or the apostles. You're linked and loaded in with Esau. You're on Esau's hard drive, man. You're loaded up with this dude. Read that, please.
This is John 8 and 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father he will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth.
So you don't abode in the truth, and he was a murderer from the beginning. So, does it go? Keep going. Yep.
It says, because there is no truth in him.
There's a little bit of truth.
Because there's no truth in him.
There's no truth in him. So if he tells you it's going to rain, I wouldn't believe him. You know? And you know, let me say this. I think I said it before, but that's witchcraft. You know why you people believe the news? Because he puts on there a spirit of prophecy when it comes to the weather. So if he tells you it's going to rain and that comes true, what he's telling you over here with this blonde bimbo, that must be true. So he's subconsciously bewitching you because he's got to have some form of future of truth in it to tell you more lies that you'll think is true.
It says when he's speaking a lie, he's speaking of his own.
Yeah, he speaks lies to further his agenda. He speaks lies to further his plans. And then you dumbass humans sit here and look at us like we're crazy. Because you niggas are easily bought with a suit, a meal, and a paycheck. He gives your ass rations. Y'all getting crumbs from the table, but we look crazy because we barking. But you the one with a mask on, rubbing your hands together like Birdman with hand sanitizer. But we crazy, you know? I'd rather be crazy than being identified as intelligent according to this empire. You know? They say Stephen Hawking was intelligent. He's probably a damn cyborg. You know? Keep going.
It says when he's speaking a lie, he's speaking of his own.
Yeah.
For he is a liar and the father of it.
So he's the father of lies. Okay? He's the father of lies, the father of mischief, you know, the father of worshiping Satan. Esau's God was called Quaz, which Quaz was parallel to Yahweh, meaning everything the Most High was for, he was against, which that's called Frankism. All right? Let's look up Frankism. All right? Can you look it up, Baba Kasha? I want you to read this, please. I want y'all to understand something. In the year 1666, all right, a man claimed himself to be Yahushua, and then after he died, another man by the name of Jacob Franks claimed to not only be that man reincarnated, but the patriarch Jacob, and they came up with a doctrine called Frankism. Every day, do something that's against the Bible. Just look up Frankism. What you got? Yep. Yep. Read it. Yep. Thank you, Google. Oh, Google is Psalm 64.
Yeah.
Your own tongue fell upon yourself.
Right.
Thank you, Google.
It says Frankism was a heretical Sabbatean.
Yep, because Zebi Sabbatean claimed to be Yahushai in the year 666, man. 1666, Esau claimed, he was a Turk too. He was Ottoman, you know?
It says,
which is spiritual. Esau's called the Ottoman Turks. Ottoman is a footstool you put your feet on. And it tells you that I'll make thy enemies thy footstool. What is an Ottoman, brothers? A footstool. That's the spirit, man. Brakati Abba Shemel Shai. You know? Because even Drake said, put my feet up on the Ottoman.
Oh, yeah.
The Ottoman Turks.
Wow.
The Ottoman is where you put your feet on. And that was told to David. My Lord told me to wait upon his Lord, right? Until I make thy enemies thy footstool. Wow. Call lawyer Abba Shemel Shai.
It says Frankism was a heretical Sabbatean FJ movement of the 18th and 19th centuries.
You said FJ?
Yep.
Oh, yep, see? Yep.
Centered on the leadership of the FJ Messiah, Jacob Frank,
See?
who lived from 1726 to 1791.
Yep.
Frank rejected religious norms and said his followers were obligated to transgress as many moral boundaries as possible.
Woo! They were obligated to reject as many moral, what?
Many moral boundaries
Many moral boundaries
as possible.
Any way you can sin. Any way you can sin, I want you to sin. That is an Edomite doctrine. That is historically correct in secular history. Now let's read that real quick, and then I know you're getting some, brother.
Sirach 10 and verse 7. Verse 7. It says, pride is hateful before the Most High man.
Yeah, I hate a proud-ass human, you know? And you know what? Well, Esau, he talked shit and can't back it up. It'd be one thing if, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these Edomites were like, not that size matters, because we know Goliath, but like 6'3", you know, fucking just raw status. He'd be like weak, little, nasty, you know what I mean? Pieces of shit. 71 pounds soaking wet. And you just want to fucking hem their little ass up. You know? But you deal with it. But they ain't even built for the check that they mouth can't cash. That's why they're gonna be durst to fight, man. And whoa! When the Lord endows us with that power, man, listen. When the Lord endows us with that power, it's over, man. It's over.
Right,
Take
right.
the world. Take the world. Okay?
And it says, and by both.
And this world needs to be took. This world needs to be took from the hands of those that are holding on to it as a hostage. Esau, as a snake, is coiling his sick loops around the world, man. The world's lungs are being suffocated because when a snake coils you, it constricts. So it constricts your airways. He's constricting your airways right now. You see? That's what the serpent is doing to the earth, to existence and life. All right? We have a problem with that. What you call humanitarians. While we're humanitarians, Esau's, I'm a philanthropist. You're a liar. You're a father of lies. You know? Keep going.
Back in Sirach 10 and verse 7, it says, and by both do one commit iniquity.
Your iniquity, sin upon sin. All right? It's like you ate a raw steak pie with turkey, with pig fat. You know what I mean? Like, you got to edge up to go sleep with another man's woman. You know, it's like you sinned to sin greater. You going?
And it says,
Right though?
yeah,
Like the nigga hit you, he hit me with your best shot. He hit you, right? But then it's got unlawful animals in it. He killed so many animals and creatures that they said the oysters are gonna be extinct.
man,
Are you kidding me, man?
oysters?
Well, the blue oyster is what he uses
Oh.
for the jet, you know, the thing.
Yeah.
Right. Damn, bro.
Horse crabs and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
verse 8, it
And
says,
ain't nobody pissed off. You know? Ain't nobody upset. Ain't nobody upset with it. You know? Let's read that again.
Sirach 10 and verse 8, it says, because of unrighteous dealings.
Unrighteous dealings. Did you trade for it? Did you buy it? Oh, it's not like that. Right? Unrighteous. I'm still pissed off at the conception of America, man. I'm still pissed off with your punk ass holidays and your bullshit ass patriotism, man. Don't fucking ask me if I celebrate Thanksgiving. And I don't have the right as a so-called Native American. I'm a Gadite, you know? Read that again.
It says, because of unrighteous dealings.
And then we got Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Issachar, Ephraim, all rolled up in one, in this hellhole, in this prison yard, in this prison camp. And you people walk by in just a doleful spirit. This is why I said, this is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly. Hey, we dwelt being careful, man. You had these two chicks just get taken at a club the other night in California. Some models. You women think you could just go out here and lock around and laugh and twerk and shake body parts, and someone ain't in the shadows with their shoulders rolling like a lion to pounce on you?
Yep.
Shit, man.
I was drooling.
You must not know where you at. You must be still caught up in the lies of this draconian system. We're in reality out here, and reality sucks. Why don't you have a drink of it? Drink on that. Fucking idiots. Be gone.
And it says, injuries.
Injuries. Go into that word injury. Bubba Kashaw, let's go into that word injury. What does it mean, injuries? What does it mean, what does it say, unrighteous dealings, injuries? What does it mean through unrighteous dealings and injuries? A career-ending injury? You know? What does it mean?
The word injury. Oh, shit, yeah,
just look up injury. Injury. You know?
It says harm,
damage,
a loss.
remove not the ancient landmarks. The Black Hills of what you call Mount Rushmore is by law owned by the Native Americans who are still fighting the FBI. Still fighting the FBI. It's crazy, man. You know?
And it says unlawful, it says, a wrong and injustice.
Indignant. Yep.
Unlawful violence.
Unlawful violence.
Damn.
He would, what did he do to King David? What did he do to King David, his wives, and their children? What did he do? He stole them, but when they were away at war. What did he do to Gad? When Gad was out hunting, he came and took the children and women. So he didn't just steal them, it's how he did it and when he did it.
And it says wrongful, unjust.
Yup, wrongful, man. Wrong. Well, how he did it was wrong. Gad said, if I would have known that when I signed this paper with the goose quill, I didn't know I was giving away my village. Because what was he doing? Making him sign his birthright away. That's what he was doing. Sign your birthright away. First we'll get the land, and then we'll get the inhabitants. First we get the land, then we get the people. Right? First we get the money, then we get the power, then we get the respect, right?
Control. Yep.
Right? That's his mindset. Esau's a thug. All right? He's the original gangster. Stop calling yourselves OGs. Keep going.
And it says, and riches
What else we
got by deceit.
Yeah, riches got by deceit. Okay? Manifest destiny was deceit. Yeah. Read that real quick.
This is Proverbs 22 and 28. Remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set.
Let me give you a good example. Look up, what year was World War I? What year did World War I take place? Let's see. What year did World War I take place? We know it's in the 1900s.
1914.
1914. Do you know that they didn't institute a stop sign until 1915 and Gad wasn't made a U.S. citizen until 1924? So this man went to war with the world before we became citizens in this land. You can't tell me we ain't been oppressed together.
Man.
What the fuck, bro? 100 years, 1914, 2014, 100 years. Second woe's passed, third woe come quickly. 1945, second woe. It ain't 2045 yet. This is why the Lord's speeding up time. The Lord is about to royally whoop Esau's ass. We're the apple of his eye, man. We're his baby. We're his children. We're his firstborn. We're the firstborn as a nation. You don't think the Lord is angry? He says he requires that which is past. I just got offended by Edomite yesterday. See, it's still causing offenses, man. He's still bringing hell and death upon us and murder. Damn. Was that it?
Now just wait more.
Yep.
And it says, the kingdom is translated
Yep.
from one people to another.
Yep.
Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
And Esau's the covetous. He has his eyes stand out with fatness, more than heart could wish. Man's content. Don't it say man's content with like oil? You know, the things that keep a man content. Flour, oil, the principal things. But he don't want the oil. He wants a factory, monopolize it, and then push oil, flour, and the shit's drywall. You know, he'll take all the real oil and then give you, GMO oil.
Man.
This guy is crazy, man. This guy's a true villain. Dr. E, evil. Esau puts the E in evil.
And it says,
It
it says, for such the one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. The physician cut off a long disease.
Who's the physician?
Yahushua.
Did Yahushua need to go to the AMA? Did he need to go to medical school? Did he need to get a certificate to be a physician? Yahushua is a true physician. All right? Keep going. Falsify Fauci.
And it says, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
Right, like you got in the basketball, king of the court. You might be king at the moment, but you'll get your ass served in the right way. You got a new king. And then what my man say? Is this your king? You know? Is this your king? Well, your king's going down, man. You know, and this kingdom's going down right with it. You got it, bro. We get a couple more. Our phones are dying. You know, Salaki on our end.
You want discharge?
I've used both. We use both batteries. It's just a cold. It's okay. We get a couple more.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
You got it. Yeah, bro. Break it down.
Yeah, so pretty much here in America is where the Northern Kingdom were oppressed and the Southern Kingdom, man. You know, really it started with the Northern Kingdom. You know, because when the conquistadors came over here, Christopher Columbus, Cortez, you know, what did they do? They raped, robbed, and murdered the indigenous people of this land. They damn near wiped out the Taino, the Arawak people. They made them mine gold, and if they wouldn't bring up the right quota, they would cut their hands of them off, man.
Yeah, or their noses.
Of the noses.
And that's,
you know?
yeah, that's why you got Galvarino. They cut his hands off, and then he went and he healed up and wrapped swords around him and came back and defeated the conquistadors. You know? Yep. That's where you get Wolverine from. Read it again.
It says, thus said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together.
Now, you got it.
In the ad, you know, we weren't oppressed together during the time of the Babylonians, during the time of the Greeks, nor during the time of the Romans. Okay, so this was a future prophecy that happened in America, and that's still happening unto this day. You know, because during the time when Nebuchadnezzar came, the Northern Kingdom had already taken flight to come over here to Ozark, which means another land. You know.
Yep. And man, read that again.
It says, thus said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together.
Right, and like the brother said, this proves that it's talking about America, because in Genesis 49, according to the description, is what will befall you in the last days. So Gad, a troop didn't overcome him until Esau got over here. You see, Judah wasn't made a lion's whelp until he was in slavery. Issachar, the treasures in the sand, wasn't until the land of Mexico.
Exactly.
You know?
Ephraim.
Yep, Ephraim.
The archers.
The archers and the daughters. That was all talking about here. So all those didn't befall them until the Western Hemisphere.
Even Benjamin raving as a wolf. You know, the brother Yashawan, he put us on Ecamos, I believe his name is. He making songs about Jerusalem, Babylon, Israelites, you know.
Well, you had a lot of Negro spirituals where they mentioned the Jordan River and Israelites. And then you had the one, Benjamin, he got that song, I am an Israelite.
Yeah.
You know?
Swing low, sweet chariot.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they always come, you know.
And what's that movie that's in black and white?
Green Pastures.
Great.
Yep.
See?
Beautiful movie.
Yep. That's all us. We got something?
Yep.
Saint Zechariah 2 and verse 8, it says,
Guess we'll just go to the band.
For thus said the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you touched the apple of his eye.
Yeah, so no matter what a position you are as an Israelite, the Lord is going to judge those that are oppressing us. And going back, it said they were oppressed together, right?
Yep.
The definition for the word oppress is to execute authority with cruelty. So he's cruel in his manner of justice, you know. Now the Lord can make a police officer, which he does, be at peace with you, cut you a break, but majority of the time, the judges, the cops, police, they're very cruel, oppressive. They'll shoot you. In Rochester, you had that little 12-year-old girl get handcuffed and maced. They maced the little girl, bro. Come on, you're a little sister. You just joke her little ass up. You don't gotta mace her. You sit her ass down. But they act like they can't control it. You know, they'll sick a dog on you and they say stop resisting. But the way your body's set up with your nervous system, something called reflexes, you can't control your body moving when certain nerves are being pressed. So he's a demon to us, man. He's a demon to us. So he oppresses us with cruelty. He doesn't allow. And then on top of it, he told you you're free. You ain't free. You ain't free. Try to leave America. Try to go to the Canadian border.
You need passports, man.
And the Department of Homeland Security may not allow you to get a passport to leave. But they brought you over here. And then they tell you go back where you came from. Where we came from is Jerusalem. Where we came from is Israel. So it's funny, he tells us to go back where we came from, but he's the one who took us and brought us over here, which was curses though. You see? But this is the mindset of who we're dealing with. You know, I said that the other day because someone had mentioned a situation of racism. Now, I'm not a black activist where I'm all like, you should be mad at more things than just the N-word. Okay? So, man, someone was saying something to me about racism or something someone said, and I said, you know what proves that what happened was so bad? What happened was so bad that we don't talk about it. It's like in a household, you know, a fucking wicked uncle does something to a poor little child, his niece or nephew, and it was so bad that now it's not talked about. That's how you know it's bad, when you deflect. That's when you know it's a real issue, when you don't want to talk about it. And that's what America's history has been proven. It's so bad, they want to change it, rewrite it, and ultimately not talk about it. Because now it's just a critical race theory. It's a theory that we were murdered, raped, and enslaved, and it's not a fact no more. You see? That's how bad what he has done to us. What you got?
A little more.
Yep.
Excellent. Jeremiah 50 and 34. Their Redeemer is strong.
Yep.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua's host is his name.
Yep. We're gonna be rescued. Let's look up the word rescue. We're gonna be rescued out of here. Don't we need to be rescued? This place ain't nothing. Hey man, this place is so wicked. Ain't nobody stopping to ask if you need anything, man. You could be on the side of the road with a vehicle and ain't nobody gonna pick you up. We need the Lord, man. Ain't nobody care about your salvation, well-being, or where you're at. and life. They don't give a shit about you. What's it say?
It says, the act of saving from danger.
Woo! We need to be saved from danger. Danger, danger.
Danger.
We are in a dangerous situation. Oh, those that have hazarded their life for the name, we are in danger here, man. We are in danger. Now look up the word danger. All right? This place is not our rest. We are not set up to be here and get success.
An extreme precarious situation.
Damn.
So what the whole world is against us.
Bro, we have to pray nonstop here. What's danger mean?
It says power of a lord or master, jurisdiction or power to harm.
So we need to be delivered from the power he's been given to harm us. Get Psalm 17 and 13. Remember?
Yep.
So we need to be delivered from the one that's been given power to harm us. He's been given power to harm, hurt, and persecute us.
To take peace from the earth.
He's taking peace. We need to get out of here. Read that, Psalm 17, 13.
This is Psalms 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord.
Quam Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Rise, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's our power. Yahweh through the Son, Yahweh Shai. That's what we call upon when we're hungry, sick, weak, need saving, help, energy, strength, deliverance to escape. Do you know the other night, for some, because of his confusion, we had our vehicle, we didn't know that a certain decree expired, and we had an expiration. We didn't even know. And we got pulled over. We didn't know, like, we was driving normal. He pulled us over, and through the Spirit, I prayed the prayer of Psalm 71, Lord, make me escape. Get it. Make a way for me to escape. And you know the Lord delivered us? The Lord, he said, I'm giving you a big break right now. I could arrest you. We didn't know that shit, we didn't know tags expire. You know, they don't teach you this in school. America doesn't teach you the hypocritical nature of America. You go to school and learn about the Greeks. I need to learn about the taxes, the police, registration, DMV. I need to learn how to sign a lease and where to live. They don't teach you this shit. They don't teach you how to survive in America from America's ways. Read that Psalm 71 and 1.
Psalm 71 and verse 1. In thee, O Lord, do I put my trust.
I was reading this in the Spirit, man. In the Spirit, we got pulled over, and I immediately agreed with him quickly. And while he was running our name, I was reading this scripture. Read it again.
Psalm 71 and verse 1. In thee, O Lord, do I put my trust.
Yep.
Let me never be put to confusion.
Yep.
Deliver me in thy righteousness and cause me to escape.
And cause me to escape. We need to escape from the cuffs, grips, and hands and the coiling of this serpent. That old serpent. We need to be pulled from him because he's slowly wrapping around. He's slowly wrapping around. First it's the muzzles. Then it's this. Next it's this. You see? Until it's that. Until he puts you down. Keep going.
And it says, incline thine ear unto me.
Yup. Listen to me, please. Hear my prayer. Keep going.
Incline thine ear unto me and save me.
And save me. This prayer was being sent up while the man blessed with the sword was in the car behind us running our name. All because a couple dates were off. We didn't know, bro. Like, you know, we try to live by, we do what we can do. We're not breaking laws, but you'll still pull us over. You see? All because something was expired. Like, damn, I didn't know the shit aged like milk. We would have handled it if we knew. They didn't teach us it. You didn't teach me that, one, I got to register my vehicle, and now you own it. And then I get the privilege to drive because of you, but I didn't know every 3 years I got to re-register it. But now because I didn't know, you got fucking cavalry driving by with a sidearm, mace, and handcuffs to murder you with a dog because you might forgot it. Not because you murdered or killed or destroying the earth or the planet or got the biggest sex trafficking ring started with babies to 13. Not because of none of that, but because you forgot to get your re-registration. You forgot your license has expired. But I'm still me, right?
Verse 3, it says,
Fuck, man.
Be thou my strong habitation,
Yup.
whereunto I may continually resort.
Yup.
Thou hast given me commandment to save me.
No, read that again.
Verse 3. Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. Thou hast given commandments.
Thou hast given commandment. See why we had to read it again? Thou hast given commandment to do what?
To save me.
To save me. And that's what I said, bro. Through the Spirit, please command me to be delivered. And he came up and he said, I'm giving you a big break right now. I could arrest you, but just get this handled. Thank you, officer, and we are on our way. That's a miracle, bro. That's a miracle in white America for an Edomite police officer to pull over two so-called black men and not fucking murder them. That's a miracle. The Lord heard our prayers, bro. So we know the Lord's with us. And we already had faith, but that was more confirmation. More confirmation the Lord is with us. Let's go back now, read that.
This is Psalm 17.
So we believe that in danger we shall be rescued, being the apple of the Most High's eye.
This is Psalm 17 and 13.
What did he say? That we will block out the sun with arrows. Then we'll fight in the shade, man. Then we'll fight in the shade. We'll stop you from eating and drinking. Then we shall eat and feast in the wilderness, as we've done before. There's nothing he can do to stop us now, man. There's nothing he can do. We've been given back our power source. He can't do it no more. We have a Savior. There's nothing left to be done for him but to be destroyed.
It says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him.
Disappoint his ass. Disappoint his thoughts. Disappoint his agenda. Stop him from thinking he was gonna get another nigga. He ain't getting us no more, man. Because we ain't niggas. We're saints. We're innocent. And we are princes of power calling on our power while he's losing his power.
Cast him down.
Yup.
Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Esau is the Lord's sword out here, executing judgment on the wicked portions of our people. But now with us turning back, we can't be identified as wicked because now we're doing what the Lord required, so we can't be judged anymore. We're in this condition for our disobedience, but what he has done, get in Zechariah, he's furthered our affliction. You see? He's furthered our affliction. Read it again.
It says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him. Cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Yep. You break it down.
The Most High sword is the so-called white man, right? The so-called Edomites. Well, not so-called, but the actual Idumeans. They're the sword of Yahweh. You know?
Yeah, because everything has a biblical creation. Like he calls us black or Spanish. But when it comes to the Bible, what's our nationality in the Bible? And then at that, what's yours? Because it's funny, only in America is the term white people, black people, but anywhere else in the world, you're Europe, African, Cantonese, Cambodian. But only in America, you're white and black. You see? We have biblical nationalities because according to creation of man, there are nations. You know? And if we go to the Genesis 25, it literally says, there will be two nations in thy womb, and they will be rivals. So that proves Jacob and Esau. You got that?
St. Zechariah 1 and 15, and it says, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen.
The Lord is very sore displeased. Okay?
That are at ease.
Yep. These people shouldn't be at ease. We shouldn't be seeing Moab frolicking around like everything is peaches and cream. But because of prophecy of Babylon and gather themselves all people in the careless city, they do. Heathens from third world countries come over here and become rich while looking down on niggas and spicks and wetbacks and tontos. But they can come from across the world and become rich, have wives and children and land, and live right with Esau. You got East Indians, Chinese, and Arabs living with a white man in the suburbs, but niggas in Spicks for some reason is still on Joseph Street in Little Cuba. Avenue D and shit. Projects, stuff together, still like sardines. We are still stuffed and packaged like sardines, man. From the slave ships, you know? Read it again.
And it says, Zechariah 1:15, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they held forward the affliction.
They helped forward the affliction. So it was the Lord that loosened up the chattel slavery and brought what you call the Emancipation Proclamation. But that made us from individual property to state property. And each state is a prison house, and each state has a draconian providence of rulership, of oppression that they push. And some states are worse than others, you know? But all of them have the same outcome: death and destruction, hell, pain, and agony. But he that has shown no mercy shall receive no mercy. Because what? The righteous and innocent blood cry unto me. The Hebrew word for innocent is nakoya. We are nakoya. We are innocent, man. Yahushai blood made us innocent. Damn. You got something, bro?
This is Amos 1 and verse 11.
Good.
Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword.
Yeah, I'm in pursuit. I got a black male, black jeans, black t-shirt, right? He's in pursuit. He's in pursuit now. And then he takes our own people and makes our own people pursue us too. Keep going.
And did cast off all pity.
Old, young, middle, don't matter. Hungry, don't matter. It don't matter. I don't care that you were late because the bus. You're fired. See? He cast off all pity. Ain't no pity. Jeremiah 15:5. Ain't no pity, man. You're not going to get pity here. They're not going to feel sorry for you here. And you're designed that way, right? Like, damn, man, have some fucking compassion on me. Be considerate. I was trying to get here, but the way you constructed society, I was late. They don't pity you. Read that. What's the prophecy?
St. Jeremiah 15 and verse 5, for who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem?
Who's going to feel sorry for you? They're not going to feel sorry for you. They don't feel they need to feel sorry. They don't feel sorry for the generational curses that were put upon us through further affliction that we deal with today. 2021, you still got black men sagging their pants as a repercussion of being raped on these plantations. And then through generational curses and mindset, they continued sagging their pants because that was a sign that they were took. Making them bleach blonde their hair. That was a sign that you're taken. He doesn't use what he's done to you as an excuse for your shortcomings. Instead, they look at you and say, what's your problem, bro? Why the hell didn't you get a car when you were 16? How come you didn't get to take off time from school? We had to go to school to eat! Damn it! We had to go to school just so we could eat, man. Our mothers kicked us out of the house from 8 to 3. You see? And then when we got 16, 17, we was kicked out on the street. But Esau, he could be 19, 20, travel Europe, then come back to decide what he wants to do. They're taken care of here. But we're looked down upon as, why ain't you got a leg up? You see? Because this is what we've been pushed upon. Generational curses of a race of life that we've been given, they've lapped us 5 times plus. But they look at you in that race while running next to you and wonder why you going so slow. Because they don't go through the hurdles and pits and traps that we go through. You see? But when they look at you, there's no, well, I can see because that happened. You know? Some of our people are forced to steal just to eat. Some of our people are so homeless, they got to break a crime so they can get shelter for the night. You see?
Back in St. Jeremiah 15 and 5, and it says, or who shall bemoan thee?
Yep.
Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?
How are you doing? I see everything going. Did anyone come up to you and say, with the Trump situation, how's that making you feel? You know, more racist shit's happening now. They avoid it. They act like you ain't a person of color. And then your problem is so minute, you're the minority. You're the minority of a problem. Look up minority. You're a minor issue to the bigger problem in America. Except unless we can blame you for the problem of America. America's going through hell, but you better stop looting. They push the disease, but you better stop spreading. See? They're against us, bro. What's minority?
It says,
when we're the majority, we're the biggest people on the earth. There's more of us than them. They're the minority. It said the least of the flock.
it says, the smaller number or part, especially a number that is less than half the whole number.
You are 3/5 of a human being. So you ain't even fully a man. You see? So you are minute to our problem-solving list. If we have problems, well, you're a minor issue. You see? It's like you got a vehicle and you know you got a slow leak, but then there's a engine. Even though you need to take care of this, they'll take care of the leak before the engine. When that's what you need to be handling. We're the biggest problem because the problems that are in America are for what he did to us. Ecclesiastes 8, the Most High requires that which is past. What he's done is why this is happening. The reason why people are wearing muzzles because what he did to us. This is prophecy. He's getting ready. He is being judged for what he's done to us as a people. And everything he's done to us, he's going to have to pay for ×2. So the slavery, he's going to have to pay for it ×2. You see? What he's done to the earth, ×2. Hey man, when we're in our kingdom, if Esau ain't in the field working, he's getting his ass beat. And if he ain't getting his ass beat, he's going to be in the field working.
Right.
That's the judgment that's coming for him. 8 and 11, 8 and 15.
Yeah,
8 and 11.
Okay. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Right. So and then what's that? 3 and 11 or 3 and 15 now. So the evil work that he's done, he hasn't being judged for it. You see? Hey, Shalom, Mark. He hasn't been being judged for it. So they think, like right now, they got Jesus in a museum as a transgender now. They had baby Jesus twerking at the nativity. So they're doing nothing but evil continually because they haven't been judged yet. But now judgment's at the door. Judgment's knocking. Great judgment is coming to befall America and Esau in America. Can I read that one?
This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which had been is now, and that which is to be had already been.
Yep.
And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua required that which is past.
But the same thing that the Most High requires that is past, he tells you to get over it. But never forget 9/11. But get over the mass genocide and enslavement and indoctrination to a whole nation of people. We're not talking about a group of individuals. He's kidnapped a nations of people. The nation of Israel. Stolen their identity, beats them, murders them, and then persecutes them for standing up. You know? Standing up and telling him to his face what he's done. No, you need to forget that. You see? This is the world we live in today. This is the normal. This is the normal. You know?
It's a little more. It says the phrase in the footnote, it says the phrase the Most High required that which is past is literally the Most High seeks the pursued, or the Most High seeks the persecuted.
Oh, get it? Since thou hast not hated blood? Let's get that after.
It says the Most High cares about and seeks out those who are harassed and oppressed.
And we are harassed and oppressed. You could be walking down the street and you'll just be harassed. Oh, they got a term, they coin them Karens. Do you live here? Imagine living somewhere and then an Edomite questioning you if you live here. The audacity and the pride of his nature, you know? The shit he does, it's like you need to be swung on. You need to be judged. There's nothing to sit down and talk about. There's nothing to reason with because what he's coming against you about is unreasonable. It's not your position to ask me if I live here. You thief, you stole this land. But you're asking me if I live here? You know? Got it.
Saying Ezekiel 35 and verse 6, therefore as I live, said the Lord of power, I will prepare thee unto blood.
I will prepare thee. I will prepare you unto blood. All he gives you is blood. All he does is shed innocent blood. A SWAT team broke in, I think, the wrong house, and then they killed a 7-year-old little girl. And his track record's so crazy that I don't even have to tell you what nationality they were. It's now normalized. It's normal to see us be murdered in the street. It's normal to see our women as whores. It's normal to see us homeless and drug addicts. That's the normal now. But it ain't normal to see a white hoe, a Chinese hoe. You know, I'm giving layman terms. It's not normal to see that. And then our people, you had Swarty or Sweetie shaking nasty ass cheeks on stage, and then a black woman said, her outfit's cute. I just had to walk away. I just had to walk away because our people have been indoctrinated with this normalized, which is not normal. You should not feel proud that some white suburban kid is walking around wearing a do-rag saying on gang. That's not cool. That's your notoriety. That's what you get to be known for. Malibu's most wanted. You know? That's fucked up, bro. For our history. If we as a people were to just be off today, our legacy would be terrible. But see, our people haven't been given the spirit of honor or integrity, virtue, class. See, we need class, you know?
And it says, and blood shall pursue thee.
Yeah, blood's going to pursue him. Because everything that's happened to us has been through the hands of him. You once had conscious rap. Now you got gangster rap. East Coast, West Coast, drill music. He pushed that. Adam Levine, right? Is his name? Jimmy. Good old Jimmy. Jimmy Levine, Jimmy Iovine, and the list goes on. They pushed that on you. And then you had a Jake come out and say, they dropped me from the label because I didn't want to do gangster rap no more. It's all an agenda, you know? It's all an agenda. Why isn't Beyonce being used? But they're using Cardi B. You see? Because she's easily exploited and they're using her body and sexuality to get these women. See, you younger brothers, man, hey, there ain't no hope out here trying to live a normal life. As the elder Apostle Gabar said, you go get a woman. How old are you, brother, if you mind me asking? 21. If this brother went out right now to get a 21-year-old woman, you know what he would get? You would get a piece of meat that 18 other niggas done had, and that was just last summer. And that was just a month, you know? And then she don't want to settle down. And then she's gonna call Esau. They're gonna send her crocodiles in the mail so they can eat that baby inside. Because you know they're doing that now, where they can send you the pill at home and it eats that baby like they did in Egypt. Y'all know, right? But you want to have a wife and kids, right? You can't get that here because they condition the minds of our women to not want that here. See? Get freaked off on, and then years later, when she's ready, you know, when she's ready. So our youth is done. The youth is done. He's now taking you, 5 years and under now. You know, they did the 5 to 11 to get, now it's younger. Now they're getting you younger.
Yeah.
Now they're getting you younger. And the next generation, this generation that was from December 2020 to December 21, and the babies that were born, they're all linked in the system now. Anybody who's gotten that bite and then went and popped their woman and that woman had a baby, that new generation is done. That generation's done. That generation is done because Generation Z passed 2020. So now we're in the plateau of destruction. So all these new babies that are being born from parents that have been given that bite, they're created with that poison now. And now that poison has to be put out. It's over. It's over. The next generation is done. There isn't going to be a new one until it's the kingdom.
Back in Ezekiel 35,
And
verse
these people
6.
don't see it right now. But you got a lot of problems with children being born after that bite. Why do you think they use a black woman first? Who was the first woman on national television to get bit? A dumbass black woman. You're going to see a lot of dumbass black people die in the future to come, man. When he declares martial law, you heard of martial law. When he declares martial law and shuts this shit down, you're going to have a lot of black men, Spanish women, they're going to get put down. Because he wants to take us out. He wants his birthright back. Read that.
Back in Ezekiel 35 and 6, and it says...
We're at war, man.
It says,
that's why the war now is spiritual. You see? You got it.
It says, and blood shall pursue thee.
Yep.
So if thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Hey, I was looking up, when you look back at history, he would actually do medical procedures on black slave women because he believed they couldn't feel pain. Matter of fact, Google, when, oh, the water, brother. When did, there was a time where Esau didn't believe children felt pain. There was a time where he thought infants couldn't feel pain, but they come out screaming. Are you kidding me? Even a dog yelps. But this man says a baby can't feel pain. You know? If you want to look it up while he keeps reading. Oh, okay.
This is Hosea 4 and 1. Hear the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, ye children of Israel, for Yahweh by Shem Yahushai has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
What's that word controversy mean?
Case at law.
So there's a case at law. So court is in session right now as we speak. You know, just like you could go to the courthouse and walk in and listen to a court session. You could do that because that's a public building. Well, we're in public and court is in session. Everything we're bringing out is evidence against him, which he's going to be found guilty of. You got it? Keep going, bro.
It says, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai in the land.
Yeah, there ain't no knowledge, you know? And now everyone thinks to be healed, it's got to be through 911. It's got to be through the GOV, you know? And soon it'll be through the MOTB. Now Sweden, you see that Sweden saying that you get the mark and it'll hold your what the hell is it called? It says it holds your status. It holds the status of your thing. So you got to get this in your hand to get scanned so you can say, oh, I'm good. I'm good. That's why they gave you paper first. Just like with a social security card. How the hell do I need this card and it's a flimsy piece of paper? And if I don't get it, I'm asked out. You don't know who I am. If you don't have a social security card, a valid place where you live, and a driver's license, you're off the grid. And if you don't have a birth certificate, you damn sure off the grid. So what are they going to use to identify and track you? The mark. What you got?
Right here it says,
read it loud.
The myth of black people, so-called, not feeling pain is still believed to this day. And it's the source, it says historyofyesterday.com. And it says medical students across the world are still being taught this myth besides other racial lies. And it says,
see, who will bemoan thee? Who will bemoan thee? No, they can't feel pain. Cut him open.
Yep. You
You can't feel pain. Cut him. Cut it. He can't feel warm. Cut his lights off. You know? He don't love his children. Put him on child support. He don't want to be free. Send his ass to jail. See? They already assume what we want and need when it's the complete opposite.
And now it goes on to say, personal interest in the medical world make me do a lot of research in this field, especially in the history of medicine and how it has evolved over the years. If you would have told me back in the 19th century when slavery was still common.
19th century. That's 19 such and such. Like remember 1988, 1999? That's the 19th century. That ain't too long ago. I was born in the late 19th century. Shit.
It says, when slavery...
Oh, like this brother, so he's 21. He was born in the 20th century. Us all being older, We are all born in the late 19th century, in the same century where we were still legally enslaved, persecuted. You see?
It says,
Damn, bro. It really ain't that far. It wasn't that long ago. It really isn't. Yep, yep.
It says, when slavery was still common, society believed that black people, I'm going to say Israelites, were more resilient to pain than Edomites.
Oh, and why? Well, but why though? They're half true. Genesis 25.
Yep.
Why did it say we were resilient to pain? Because we are a stronger people. But what he did was misabuse our strength. You know? Let's read that real quick. 25 and 23, 22.
This is Genesis 25 and verse 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Right, and what comes from your bowels? Sperm, seed. So we're separated just because we came from the same mother and father, but it was 2 genetic makeups. And even in Esau's science, he tells you that identical twins still ain't identical. They can have a meaning. If 2 twins had children, just because your twin had a child, don't mean when you do the test, it could be my child. It'll still be linked to you. So that proves that Esau are Edomites and Jacob are Jacobites, Israelites. Bowels, you know, holy seed. Keep going.
2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Yep.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
Now it said, one people shall be stronger. Can you get the blue letter for the word stronger? And read that again.
Yep.
They were what? Resilient.
Yep.
When something resilient, it's built tough. It's you know, it's resilient to, you know, what's being done to it. Strong. And we're strong mentally. The shit we go through, you know.
It says that society believed,
And we have a form of strength in the midst not knowing we're Israel. In the midst not knowing salvation's only for us. We still got a spirit of fight. You know? Damn! You can't tell me that ain't us, bro. Read that again.
it says, society believed that Israelites were more resilient to pain
Yep.
than Edomites.
Now read the word for strong. Stronger. Read the Strongs for stronger.
The word there for, I'll just play it. The word there is mates, which means to be strong, to be alert, to be brave, to be courageous, to be solid, to be bold, to be hard.
That's Israel.
Yeah.
That's all Israel. Bold in front of those that oppressed him. Brave, courageous. The greatest warriors are Israelites. Okay? Keep going.
To be solid,
To be what? A sound mind. Right? What Jake used to say? Solid. Right?
Yep.
Keep going.
to strengthen,
To strengthen.
secure,
Yup.
harden, make firm.
So it ain't just, oh, we stronger than y'all. It ain't just LeBron dunking on Jeremy Lin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's more than that, man. It's in our spirit. It's in our mind. See? Keep going.
It says to assure, to be determined,
To be determined. Do you know how much determination you had to have to embark on the Underground Railroad? Have you ever heard of Underground Railroad? Do you know that Rochester was the last stop for the Underground Railroad before we left to Canada? You're living in a historical city that our people had to escape to escape slavery in America. What was his name? Oh, Rochester?
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel Rochester established Rochester with slaves. The mere Rochester's named after a slave owner. You're living in a slave city. But then they put a fucking black woman as a mayor, which is still being gunned down, shot, and the fucking murder rate skyrocketed. He's cutting the lights out in the ghettos and shooting you and blaming it on you. Who you think's doing all these homicides? It ain't just our people. He's doing that shit, man. 80th homicide of the year. He contributed to 60 of them. 65, 70 of them. Now there's still evil eye, but Jake ain't killing all them people. Keep going.
It says to prove superior to.
To prove superior. So one shall be superior over the other. I shall reign supreme. That's us, man. That's why they said, man, these niggas can't feel pain. Because what? When he was whipping Jake, he wasn't screaming. When he was mutilating them, they died manfully. When they were cutting our skin off our flesh, so trying to force us to eat pork. There was a point in time where the white man was torturing us to eat pork. Now they do it willingly. But we were dying manfully because we're superior in the mind and body and spirit. So when he was whipping us, we remember Nat Turner. You seen Birth of a Nation? When he was whooping him, was he crying? When he was whooping him, was he screaming? Kunta wasn't screaming. So they said, oh, these niggas must not feel pain. Get the scalpel. Let's cut him open. He's always been like that. Keep going. And you mean to tell me he's not going to pay? We're supposed to, everybody's supposed to get, we're supposed to love him, but he ain't never loved us. Well, I went to the NFL. You're a workhorse.
And it goes on to say, I would have understood the origin of this misconception.
Read it aloud.
However, what truly surprised me is to find out that not only is this myth still believed to this day, but also that international medical schools are still teaching this lie.
Wow. So the Medical Association Society, there's many doctrines, and one of them is that black people are resilient to pain. So when you go to the hospital, I'm in pain. No, you're not. You're faking. The other day I told an Edomite I was immune. This B word told me how. How you gonna tell me? Let's look up the word immune. It's very spiritual. She told me I'm not immune. How are you gonna tell me about my medical health? This is who we're dealing with, bro. I'm an Israelite. No, you're not. Well, who they are? Well, I don't know, but they ain't you. That was a literal quote. You remember the video? There was a brother arguing with Esau, and he was like, well, he said, well, who are the Edomites? He said, he said, who are the Israelites? He said, well, I don't know who they are, but it ain't you. Hey, I'm going to say this. Fuck Esau's opinion.
Yeah, man.
We're not dealing with his opinion no more. What he says does not hold weight or authority over us no longer. No longer.
Now, the word immune, it says free.
We're free. See? I said I'm free. John 8:32. I'm free. How you gonna tell me I ain't free? It's the rules. That's what she said. I said, so it ain't about my health? It's the rule. And then she like walked away and put it up. I was, a little jab. I was just, because 9 times out of 10, bro, I just blend in, But there's times I just, I give a little jab out. Read this real quick.
This is John 8 and verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
I'm on one. What's the truth? Who's the truth? Boom. There you go. Yahushua is the truth. So now us having the truth, we are free men. Tell Xerxes we are free men here. They can't do nothing to a free man. Whether they physically lock us up, we are still free. My man William Wallace, you ever see Braveheart? Watch it again. You know that's us, right? Yes. Yes, bro. Yes. He was Benjamin, right? He was a Benjamite. The Vikings were us. The Anglo-Saxons were us. The Scots were us. Scotland. Switzerland. Right? That was us. But in the movie, he was being tortured to death. He didn't cry. He didn't scream. But as they were getting ready to cut his head off, the last thing he yelled was, freedom! The last words out of his mouth was, freedom! Free! So even in death, we're free. Even in death, we're still free. Because all we're doing is transitioning from mortal to immortality. And you can taste it. You can taste immortality, man. Read that again. And you know why we can taste it? Because the Lord said that we're tasting the heavenly gifts in Hebrews 6.
Yep.
You know, we'll finish immune. I'm sorry, I didn't know you dropped it, brother. One more time.
This is John 8:32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Yep, and we're made free. We're made free, you know. Hey, we get in a couple more scriptures. You brothers don't got to stand in the rain. You stand under here. Hey, those that are troubled, rest with us. You ain't got to stand in the rain, man. You know, Esau's going to have to stand in the rain of the nukes. You see? You have brothers with us, man. And that's the spirit. That's why it says Savior. Now, we're not exalting ourselves. We praying to be of that number too. But the Lord is using brothers to be an avenue for other brothers.
Right.
How long this brother been coming? When we're out here, he can rest with us. You know? This brother. And so on. And many other brothers. You know? Let's keep going immune.
And it says exempt.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Exempt, baby. We're exempt. Oh, exempt from judgment. 9 and 4. You got something?
I get it for you. I get it.
Okay. Okay. Exempt from judgment. And you want to tell me that I ain't immune? That's offensive, bro. You know? Let's get there real quick.
You can tell us we're not immune, though.
Right. Right. You can tell me I'm not immune, but I can't tell you I am one. Hey, a 40-year-old can say he identifies as an 11-year-old girl, but I can't say I identified as being, you know, getting the thing, you know?
Easy, man.
But they say in America you can be anything you want, so I can't be exempt, you know? Read that, bro.
This is Ezekiel 9:4. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Haven't we been sighing and crying? Hey man, as soon as we learned it, we were sighing and crying without knowing before. That's why a lot of brothers were conspiracy theorists, you know. As soon as I found out in McDonald's, it was a wrap, bro.
Right.
It was a wrap. It was a wrap.
About the Illuminati.
Illuminati. It was a wrap, bro. So we already were in that spirit. So then the Lord, he directed us in the right way, and then we really started going. You know? And that word, did you read it?
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
I get it.
No, it's
Actually,
okay.
I'll read it over.
Okay.
It says,
okay.
and the Lord,
Yeah, stick with the music.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry.
Wait, now brother, see? So it says a mark right here, like it says in Revelation, right? Yo, the simplicity of Jake's wickedness is unmatched, bar none. There's just Mark right here, and wait a minute, if you read the book of Mark, you got the Mark. Like, goddamn, bro. You almost gotta laugh. You almost just gotta laugh, man. But keep going, I'm sorry.
Upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Damn.
And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
And why? Because it said old and young, right? But in Revelation, doesn't it say he causes old and young?
Yep.
So they're going to have to smite all these casualties of war because they bowed down to the system. They weren't exempt. They got it because they weren't immune. Now read that word for Mark.
Now the word mark, it says to desire, mark. It
To
says,
desire. What is your desire? Keep going.
and it says a mark as a sign of as a sign of exemption from judgment.
Exemption from judgment. Now go back to the word immune. Yep.
Now the word
See?
immune, it says to be free or exempt.
To be, all we want to do is be free. All we want to do is take the chains off. Didn't J. Cole say that?
Yep.
He did, right? He said that shit on the Late Show.
Yep.
You know? All right, we have to wrap up soon. We're at 13%. It's okay. Keep going.
Back in the middle.
Was that it?
It says not paying a share.
Yeah.
Oh, it says unburdened.
Oh, unburdened, not paying a share. There's a debt that Israel owes. Right?
Yeah.
2/3. Because they said, let the blood be on us and our children.
Yeah.
So you got to pay what you owe, and you going to pay like you weigh. And you weigh a lot. You know?
That was the point.
All right, where were we at? We can end on Rev 13. Did you have something?
I did, but I dropped it.
Okay. I'm cool with ending on Rev 13 because it went into the old and the young and the mark. It just ties right in. You know? Rev 13, and we can start at 9, you know, and just go down quick. Oh, the phone's already dying.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm on 5%. Damn, just read 14, 15, 16, 17.
Okay. Verse 13 and 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Yep, and the word miracle means an unusual occurrence. Okay?
Damn.
So what's an unusual occurrence? A blind man being able to see, a paralyzed man being able to walk. But Elon Oak Tree Musk, you know the word Elon means oak tree. You got to be aware of those trees like in Genesis. So spiritual. So he's pushing what? The brain chip. Keep going.
And it says, saying to them that dwell on the earth, they that should make an image to the beast,
Yep.
which had the wound by a sword, and they live.
And they live through America.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
And you're seeing it speak.
Yep. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Friday, Kathy Hochul came out and said, muzzle mandate. Monday, everybody muzzled up. And then if you can't, you're kicked out. The word kill goes into separate from society. So you can't get in this establishment if you ain't got the image. See? You gotta have the image. 8, 9 people got arrested in New York City for eating at Applebee's without the bite. Pulled off in a paddy wagon trying to eat a patty. Damn, bro. Call a lawyer. I'm about to do outside. Keep going, keep going.
And it says, and he calls all, both small and great.
Old and young, maids, little children. Yep. It's okay. Yep.
Rich and poor.
Yep.
Rich and poor, free and bond,
Yep.
to receive a mark.
To cause them to get a chip. All right? Sweden right now, chip. Shit.
If I can add, Dr. Oz is promoting it.
Yep.
Fucking Dr. Oz.
Yeah.
She's on the Dr. Oz show, man.
Good. But we're dealing with the Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
You know? Who's behind the curtain? You know, Esau.
And what's the wizard?
Yep.
Witch.
Yep.
And it says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads,
Yep.
and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the marks.
So that's the biggest identification. Is you buying and selling with something. And it's not the dollar bill. There's something coming that you're gonna be able to buy with. And we've already seen it, you know? Is that it?
There's more. It said, of the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Look, and the sister said, you know, that bite for 5 and under. See? See, that's the spirit. We were just saying that. See?
And it said,
Church is in session. Barak Yahweh Shema Shai.
Verse 18, it says, oh my bad, 17. Or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
What's his number?
666.
Read it.
Excuse me. Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast.
Yep.
For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Yep. When the deal first went down, hey brother, spread out. You gotta be 6 feet apart. 6 feet. 6 feet. 6, 6, 6. See? I went to Home Depot. It said Friday, Saturday, Sunday we open at 6, 6, 6.
Yep.
I was like, damn. We went to the Peter Pit. It said 6, 6, 6. I was like, damn. So it's here.
We had Joe Biden say, what, 6
Oh.
weeks? 6 months, or like...
6 days, 6 seconds, 6 hours. So it's here, man. The brother's good. Phone's about to die. We're good. So Lord's will you brothers and few sisters were edified through the Spirit as we were. And we just want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. We'd like to give double honors to our elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect and the Lord's elect alone. Shalom.
Shalom.